Ignition sequence has started. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We have commit and we have liftoff at 2:13. The Saturn V building up to 7.6 million pounds of thrust, and it is clear that
Burger King presents 4 bright, colorful Star Wars glasses.
Hey, it's Luke Skywalker.
And the princess.
Gee, wow! Get your kids a different Star Wars glass each week. Buy a regular serving of Coke for 59 cents plus tax. Get Chewbacca. Get Darth Vader. R2-D2 and C-3PO.
What mission? What are you talking about?
We can get all 4.
Star Wars glasses at Burger King until February 2nd.
Pode 2, 3.
Stop hating Mondays. Be a professional and hate the whole week instead.
Bruh.
Eat whatever the fuck you want. Soon you will be dead. So what difference is it making? Stop listening to what people say about you. Stop chasing the perfect summer body. Whether you are fat or thin, haters will hate. And soon your haters will also die. Hopefully in the most horrific manner.
It was confiscated?
Yes, it was.
But you, here's one from BF in the chat. We won't get cunt again.
Exactly. Meet the new cunt. Same as the old cunt.
Here are some other phrases you'll want to know if you want to be sure to sound hip in the 90s. Yo, a greeting.
Yo, Curb, what's up?
Clutch the pearls, said in amazement or disbelief.
Well, you know he's married. Clutch the pearls.
Bucked. In the 80s, it was just wasted.
I don't know how many I had, but boy, did I get bucked. I sure felt it the next morning. That was really the worst thing I'd ever done.
I hope you didn't drive home.
No way.
MacGyver, as in the TV show where the impossible is often accomplished.
I can't believe you got off that speeding ticket. What a MacGyver.
Norville, to secretly undermine.
What? I can't believe she stole your job. You've really been Norville.
Black & Decker, or a real tough assignment. You get the analogy, right?
This job is a real grind. It's just a Black & Decker.
Some phrases may be around forever.
Well, look, I gotta run. Peace.
Bye, Tom.
Saturday nights, distant lights, you, your girl, and your Johnson.
You and your Johnson, a way of life for over 50 years.
Saturday.
Do you feel that? Do you feel that? Oh, shit. We're doing it.
Oh, hey, everybody. What's good on a Tuesday? Well, we're about to find out right here on BF Live. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to BF Live Stream Show, episode 159. How's everybody doing today? It is Tuesday, a new day, a new month. It is Tuesday, October 1st. 2024. How's everybody doing? I am BF Bobby Fran. You ready to do it today, folks? What are you doing for the next couple hours? I hope you're ready to hang out with me. We're going to do the chat family check-in. We got a bro backstage, so we'll bring him in a couple minutes. We're going to do the other news and not so serious news. We'll check the National Day calendar and all the fun stuff we're doing. I'm going to let you know today. I said it in the chat already. You can hear I'm a little horsey today. I think I overdid it when I went to the Ravens game the other night, and I kind of did a no-no for a broadcaster, and I kind of yelled a couple times. I indulged myself with some yelling, and so I think now it's catching up to me, maybe a little bit. So we're gonna power through there. We're gonna do BF Live. Let's see what everybody's up to today. Go. Let me know what you're doing in the chat and everything. I'm gonna bring our bro back in. Let's say hello to him, my bro and yours. He just took a sip, so I'll let him get a chance to swallow it. It is the prop master, Scott Fitzpatrick.
Hoya.
Hey, hoya to you, buddy. How you doing today on this Tuesday? Another month, buddy. We're starting October.
Yeah. I was just thinking today, I can't believe how this year's just gone. It's went by so fast. I know we keep saying that, but it's really.
We do keep saying it. We mark them day by day. We're here Monday through Friday, so we do count a lot of days, Scott. But you know that we've gotten older that the days fly by anyway, even when we weren't counting them, buddy, right?
Yeah. I guess the older you go. I think I heard Joe Rogan say once, the reason time feels this way is because when you're younger, you have nothing to compare it to. And as you get older, you look back. Yeah, I think I said that right. But
no, that's good observation. You're right, because you haven't lived enough to know what years and things like that feel like, buddy. So what's good, man? You get any of the shows recently? I know you've been kind of taking it a little easy. What have you been doing lately?
I've kind of cut my podcast in half the last couple of weeks, but
half.
But I did on my walking this morning before the sun come up. Yeah, I was walking, and I need to get glasses. So I see what I thought was a dog coming up to me on the sidewalk.
Right.
And I thought, as I was getting closer, I thought, okay, it's gonna, once it sees me, it's gonna split or bark at me. But it kind of stopped, and I swear I got 5 foot up to it, and then it turned its tail on me, and it was a skunk. I didn't have my camera ready.
I thought you were gonna say like a wolf or something got you.
No.
Yeah, I think the dogs, much like people that don't like cats, people that have had incidents with dogs in the past, I think you put out a certain vibe to animals and everything, and I think they kind of try to they get attracted to you. Maybe kind of works backwards or something. Sometimes I don't know. All right, buddy. Well, there's like 40 chats built up, and what do you say we see what everybody's up to in this midday? Let me know what you're up to. Let me know if you're having a ham sandwich or if you're at work or what you're doing. As I put my glasses on, I'll go to the chat and we read the open. Oh, we got the lighter going on there. We got it, everybody.
Got me a new lighter.
What is it? What's the
kind of large?
All right. Yeah, old school lighter, boy. You rolling the dice. Man, that is old school, man. My father used to roll lighters like that, buddy. Is that a new one?
Well, it was working earlier.
I was gonna say, I know sometimes with those old ones, you had to like soak the wick and get that kind of wick going in those older lighters, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, while Scott struggles to light his cigarette, I'm going to put my glasses on. I'm going to run my element, and we're going to see what everybody's up to with the BF Live opening chat family check-in. And I'll remind you, I let everybody know in the chat that at the end of this opening chat family check-in, I will be giving out 5 BF Live memberships. So make sure you turn on accept gifted memberships, and you might catch one coming your way. But right now, I run my element, and we do it. The opening chat family check-in. Let's go.
Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves, talk with me, and we get into the BF Live opening chat family check-in. Let's see what I was up to, Scott. There's my PayPal options pinned, as always, at the top of the chat. Live Ween checks in and says, we gonna do her. The talented Live Ween, musical guest on BF Live last Friday. Ween is getting the love from Cyke Labs. If you're a member, you can have fun with the Cyke Labs emojis. Scott, we talk about pages we're members of or not. I'm not even a member of my own page, buddy, so I can't even play with the emojis that all the people can play with. That's crazy. Let's fucking go, BF, my dude from Cyke Labs. Reverend Wild Bill says, can I get a Hoya? Good morning, buddy, and thank you for the super chat yesterday, the PayPal. And yes, the answer is yes, you can get.
Can I get a Hoya? Can I get a Hoya? Can I get a Hoya? Can I get a Hoya?
Morning, Reverend Wild Bill, checking in from the ATL. Hoya from Cyke Labs. I'll remind you one more time, folks. I say make sure you turn on accept gifted memberships. Any page you go to, when you go to the settings wheel or the membership settings, there should be an option to turn on accept gifted memberships, because I will be gifting 5 memberships at the end of this Chat Family Check-In. Hoya from Mrs. Cyke. What's up, Ding Dong, a.k.a. Mrs. Cyke? Smiling sideways. I like that, Cyke. Well, look at this. Here's a great bro, you know, and a person I had a very positive interaction with at DabbleCon. It is the Looney Tunes Critic checking in with 1 BF Live gifted membership. Thank you, Looney Tunes Critic, buddy. It was great seeing you in the chat, and it was great meeting up with you at DabbleCon, putting a name to the face to the name. And look who got it, the lovely Tiffany Washington. She scored it. The Looney Duke Critic. Oh, okay. I didn't notice that the first time, Scott. He changed his name up a little bit. The Looney Duke Critic for John. Okay. He's normally the Looney Tunes Critic, and they're great cartoons that you play, brother. Anyone that grew up on those Looney Tunes Saturday morning cartoons, and if you want that vibe, check out the Looney Tunes Critic on YouTube. He'll actually play the cartoons. He'll give you like background information about the production and things that the elements that went into making and the stories behind those cartoons. Thank you, Looney Tunes Critic. Tiffany Washington caught it, and then if that wasn't generous enough, he kicks in with a $2 super chat and says, "And good morning, and to all a good morning." Thank you, the Looney Duke Critic, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate the kindness. Looney, my brother from Cyke Clyde. Thank you, Looney from Tiffany Washington, for the gifted membership. Looney says you're welcome. Less than 6 hours away, says Ding Dong. Scott Fitzpatrick checks in and says, Cyke, Wild Bill, Ween, Ding Dong, Looney Tunes, Tiff. Cyke checks in and also says this. He's shouting at you, Scott. Getting a shout out, buddy.
Cyke.
There you go. Scott! There you go. Hi, Ding Dong from Tiffany Washington. Hi, Scott from Tiffany Washington. Oh, that's nice. She said hello to you. That's very nice.
We ain't really had any. She's come back. She's come back a couple of days. You know, I'm not going to push her. I'm not going to play too
Tiffany
much.
come back.
We're good.
All right. Well, that's good. I'm glad. Johnny A's here. He checks in. He says Hoya. Look at that. Ding Dong. She added Mrs. Cyke to the name. There you go. It's about time to bring forth the rhythm and the rhyme. There you go, Mrs. Cyke. Hey, Cyke from Tiffany Washington. Hey, Tiff from Cyke Clyde. Ding Dong says Hoya Wild Bill and Hoya Ween. Hi, Johnny A from Tiffany Washington. Hoya Johnny from Cyke Clyde. Hi, Tiff from Johnny A. And hi, Sykes from Johnny A. Give me Bezos checks in. Thank you, Bezos. He says, I've got you on a San Antonio road trip. Well, I hope it is a safe and productive road trip, my friend. Have a great one. Let's go. There he is. Oh, there he's going. He's going down the road. Oh, anyone see you, Bezos. Have a safe one out there. Hoya Johnny A from Mrs. Cyke. Hi, Ding from Johnny A. Hey, Gimme from Tiffany Washington. Whoa, brother. Thank you for showing up in such a powerful way today. The Looney Duke Critic hits me with another 5. Hit me with the 5 shot. More of us need to add Duke to our names, ladies too, and Duchess to the moniker dolls. Let's take what little he has left and mock it. You make a good point, Looney Tunes, about what little he has left. I'm not sure how much meat is on that bone and how many times he's going to be able to fool himself or us in thinking that everything is as hunky-dory and wonderful for the Tonight Show guy as he makes it seem to be. The Stream Elements bot is running all of our stuff today. San Antonio, Texas. Nice place, says Johnny A. Mass, says Cyke. Space Nerd checks in. Nerd. Let's give it to her, Scott. Nerd. She says, I did, but then I screwed it up and I'm here again. Oops, I did it again. I didn't see you earlier, Nerd. Let's see. Hey, Nerd from Tiffany Washington. Space Nerd is turf for Nerd. The Looney Duke Critic says, that's Space Nerd. You are so fucking fired. Pink slipped without pay. Your locker will be cleaned out before lunch is over. That's right. You know, Space Nerd not allowed to be late for this show. There you go. It's too late, 2 days in a row. My crown has been knocked off early. You'll get it back. Hey, Nerd from Ding Dong, Mrs. Cyke. Space Nerd says, fun fact, I went to high school with the guy in the beginning commercial with the MacGyver slang. Holy shit, Scott. That was a real MacGyver, bro.
For real?
That's funny. I love the small world kind of nature of what we do. Space Nerd is connected, man. That's some shit. MacGyver guy. Was he a tool? Was he cool because he used 90s slang like MacGyver? You'll have to let us know in the chat. Hoya Ding from Space Nerd. Hoya Cyke from Space Nerd. Are you guys there yet? Oh, not quite. They're not there yet. Johnny A says, Big Zippo. Either that or he's happy to see you, Johnny A. Big Zippo. Hoya Nerd from Cyke. Space Nerd says, Hoya Johnny. Mrs. Cyke says, we are getting closer, less than 6 hours to go on the road trip. MSIP checks in and says, that's a badass lighter, Scott. That is old school.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be actually a novelty type thing. It's so big, you know.
Really?
It's not an everyday use type of thing. It was.
Well, it seemed like it seemed like those prop for the prop master. It seemed like one of those lighters that my dad would used to carry around, those Zippos in your pocket.
Yeah, I have a collection of regular Zippos, but this one's just kind of a novelty. You probably might be able to tell on camera, but it's an extra. It's very big.
Yeah, that helps. Yeah, because I didn't really get that out of the first time I saw, but yeah, I do see it's more like it's a little bigger than your average kind of lighter. Typical lighter kind of you could lose it in your hand pretty much. Those old square lighters. But yeah, old school Zippo right there. There you go. All right, he likes it. That is so long, Ding. Hoya Space from Johnny A. Hi, Mike from Tiffany, Washington. Good morning to me, and I say good morning back to you, the lovely Space Nerd. Ding Dong checks in and says, LOS, yes it is. Nerd is giving the love to you, Scott Fitzpatrick.
All right, Nerd.
Scott! There you go. The Looney Tunes Crane says, Cyke Clyde, changing your name to Duke kind of defeats the purpose unless you change the spelling to Duke Clyde. Maybe so. That might be an option. MSIP says, Tiff, still have you in my prayers. Yes, we do. We're thinking about you, Tiff. BF Chang for President 2024. Not a dog, Scott. It wasn't a dog that got you, Space Nerd is saying. It wasn't a dog, right?
No, it was a skunk. I got to get glasses. I don't see very good.
I was going to follow up on that. So you can see I got to rock my goggles, buddy. But have you ever had like glasses or contacts at any point in your life?
Yeah. I got prescription glasses, I guess 2 or 3 years ago, but I don't take care of shit like I should, and they're all got tore up, and I just never went back and got. Yeah, I just never went back and got new ones.
I did try the contact thing, and I think you remember it didn't really turn out too well for me. They said you got to stay in the store, you got to put them in and take them out, and once we see you do it like twice, then you can go. And I was there for like over a half hour, Scott, like doing all this shit. It's got my tongue sticking out and everything. My tongue wouldn't help me get shit in my eye. I put them in one time. I got home. The one was scratching. I couldn't get it to stop scratching, and I gave up on them, buddy.
Yeah, whenever I got contacts, and whenever I was about 7th grade, it took me. Then they told me the same thing you did. I had to put them in and out. They I got them in, but somewhere along the line, I dropped one of them, and I knew they cost a lot of money, even though these were like test pairs or whatever.
Test ones, right?
Yeah, but I was so scared. I just kept. I didn't admit that it wasn't in there, and I just kept trying. Even though I knew it wasn't there, I kept touching my eye, and that she just kept making me. She didn't never look. You know, I was waiting for her to come say, "Oh, where'd it go?" I don't know, but oh man. So yeah, I never know.
Yeah, the one
didn't go well for me.
Yeah, the one that went in was really rough and scratched my eye, and then I kept doing this trying to make the feeling go away, and I think I made my eye worse and scratched it even worse as I was doing it. So it didn't work too well for me. Space Nerd and Ding Dong are going to have coffee talk. She says, "Did you get your coffee, Coffee Dawn?" Tiffany Washington says, "Thank you to Mike." I'm it's ginormous. Your coffee. Hoya MSIP from Space Nerd. Cyke Clyde says, LOL, I'm out of changes for the name. I keep changing back to Cyke. Then Bob calls me Clyde, so it's Clyde. Stream Elements bot's running. Greetings, everyone. From the Reverend Wild Bill checking in. We're getting all the Hoyas. We got the Hoya Cyke from MSIP. MSIP getting the love from Cyke Clyde. Hoya Reverend Wild Bill from Space Nerd. Hoya right to the and High Rev from Tiffany Washington. LOL Jinx says Cyke. Wild Bill's getting a shout out from Cyke Clyde. MSIP chats gives the Hoya to Space Nerd. Hoya Nerd. Hoy from Nerd. Ayo or Oye from Johnny A. Or Hoya, that's what you meant to say. Hoya Looney Tunes critic. Well, because you've been so generous, bro, and I appreciate you so much. Thanks for helping me out today with gifted memberships and generous super chats. You get a Hoya.
Can I get a Hoya? Can I get a Hoya?
On the house tip, strictly hip hop. Well, I ain't singing this. Making you feel the rhythm of my occupation. Feel the vibration. On the house tip. Come on, swing it. MSIP says, BF Bobby, did you get Kahuna's email? He wanted to send you some barbecue products to your house and was asking for your address. Well, I'm not sure how you got in on that loop there, but yes, I'm going to send him my address again. It was further up in the scroll of our messages, but I'm not going to make him go search for it. I'll put it in there again. And yeah, thank you, Kahuna Nui. He reached out to me, and I wasn't really in any hurry or over here cussing under my breath like, that son of a bitch Kahuna Nui owes me some rub. But I'll take what you send, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Cyke says, nice gimme. I'm in Ohio on a road trip, LOL. Ding Dong checks in and says, I got a little at the hotel. I need more. Oh, we're talking about coffee. They're having coffee talk in the chat. Hi, guys, from Space Nerd. You did? It's crazy. Space Nerd lets us know that this guy in the video, the MacGyver guy, he was a senior when I was a freshman. He was also in the movie Vision Quest, which was filmed. Boy, Vision Quest was filmed in her hometown. Boy, she connected with all the films and the stars there. Scott?
Yeah, what's the chances of that though, man?
Well, look,
stuff like that blows me, gets in my brains and blows me.
The world has gotten smaller and smaller as we've gotten older, right, Scott? To where we're hanging out with Space Nerd. I'm doing a show. I play a video, and everybody and people know each other. There's association. That is fucking crazy. You know what else is crazy but cool is that the lovely Sunday Jenna checks in. She gets the digital kiss. She gets this.
Oh, hey guys, how you doing?
And say hello to Joe for me, as always.
Hi, Joe. How are you doing, Joe? Smash Mouth.
That good. Hey, Jenna getting the love from Mike's Shitty Internet Provider. Spawn says, BF's quick soundboard work was on full display on Sports Heads. My second favorite moment was when Andrew left a radio silence and BF played a round of applause. Yeah, you got to do. I definitely got good using that sound for filler with Andrew, Scott. That's no lie. Because we started out working together, me and Andrew, right?
Yeah. Especially on Sports Heads in particular, like he's saying, I know that then pauses are going to come up.
Yes.
And they make me giggle.
They do. I was getting ready to bring that up if you didn't. Scott loves the pregnant pauses. The less that Andrew says in between sentences, Scott will just start laughing his ass off when he's sitting there. We're all sitting there waiting for an answer and Andrew's just staring off. Scott will start giggling his full head off. So everybody gets what they love out of it. I know you love it. I was going to bring that up. Hoya MSIP from Sunday Jenna. Jenna's getting the love from Cyke Clyde. Hoya Jenna from Ding Dong. Hoya Jenna from MSIP. Jenna's giving the love right back to Cyke and to Ding Dong. Space Nerd says Hoya to Spawn. Nerd says Hoya to Jenna. Cyke says Ohio is not a road trip, says Tiffany. MSIP says, I prefer having monthly contact lenses. The daily use ones don't work as well for me, says MSIP. I couldn't even get them in there once. A good time there, buddy. Hoya Nerd from Sunday Jenna. Smash the like, says Johnny A. That's right. Do what Johnny A says. Hoya Space Nerd from Spawn. Sunday Jenna checks in and says Hoya Tiff. Tiff checks in and says hi to Jenna. Spawn says scratching records is greater than scratching eyeballs. I agree with that. Let me see. All right. And hi Spawn from Tiffany Washington. Hoya Crew from BK. Brian Kowalczyk. Hey, Brian from Tiffany Washington. Cyke checks in and says scratching anything is greater than scratching your eyeballs. I thought you were going to say your balls. Hoya Brian from Space Nerd owes you a rub. Yes, I am owed a rub from someone. Not that kind of rub. Well, I was going to say meat rub. That didn't make anything any clearer, Scott. I was going to back it up by saying meat rub. Yes, somebody owes me a meat rub, Space Nerd, and I'm going to get my meat rub. Kahuna, you owe me a meat rub. I wrote a meat rub, not the meat rub. You heard him. Hey, twin. You heard him. Did I say, hey, twin? Oh, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. We'll get into that in the Cyke Labs content. Space Nerd's getting the love from MSIP. I did hear him psych. Hey, twin is the new just do it. You're not wrong. BF Live, Bobby, it's nuts. The buffalo emoji. You're having fun with all the emojis. Scotty's getting the love from the nerd. Cyke Clyde says, Tiff, I drove from Texas to Pennsylvania, LOL, and I live in Colorado to start with a road trip. Hello, Tiff from Spawn. I'm in Northeast Ohio, says Spawn. Oh, no, it says Tiffany. Spawn says, speaking of which, I took a light scratch of the balls. Oh, Spawn's always coming with the TMI about the balls. How you doing, buddy? I hope you're having a great day and a great lunchtime. Hanging out, getting some positive energy from BF Live. Rob Saul, gay drop, please.
I know I have a lot of gay tendencies, but
Mm-hmm.
I was raised by a gay man.
There you go. Andrew has a contagious smile, and I know Johnny. I know Scott agrees with that. When Andrew looks off in the distance and just starts getting that sheepish smile, and he's staring off into the abyss, Scott, you'll just start giggling your ass off as long as it's left on the screen.
Yeah.
And Scott loves him some Andrew. And I'll be doing shows with these boys, and I got to do all the bells and whistles, so I'm not as attentive as Scott. And Scott is looking at the quirks. He's looking at what Andrew's doing and where he's looking and all. And I'll just get these giggles and the nose picking, and I'll know that's a signal from Scott that Andrew is doing something interesting. So let's see. Let's check out who's coming in after the rub is gone. After the rub comment, I rub no man's meat but my own. Well, look, Space Nerd put a gay connotation to it there. Kahuna, how you doing? See, you talk about gay and rub, and Kahuna shows up, buddy. I'll get you that address again, buddy. Mahalo Kahuna from Space Nerd. Hi, Kahuna from Tiffany, Washington. MSIP getting the love from Kahuna Nui. Aloha Nerd from Kahuna Nui. Yo Kahuna from MSIP. And Johnny A checks in and says, hey, Kahuna, as well as the lovely Sunday Jenna. All right, folks, I told you I would do it. This is the end of the opening chat family check-in. Turn on. You got them on? Because I'm about to hit the button because I'm going to give out 5 BF Live gifted memberships. All right, you ready? Here we go. I'm going to hit the button. Hope you're ready. They're coming out. I just hit the button. And they're out there. Come on. Let's see who I caught in my net. Shout out to my chat family. I want to make you bigger. I love you guys. So let's see who caught them. Oh, I love this. Let's see. We got Donkey Kongington caught one in some bitches there, Scott.
Yeah, you got a good group. Yeah.
Awesome. All good chat family. We're going to get the other ones in a second. Let me get Donkey Sam. The Sweet Scorpio caught one. As well as my bro, the Rev Bob Levy quotes, Perry Calavera quotes guy. He caught one, a membership. Spawn says, remember the Belle Biv DeVoe video for Poison. That went by once on a banner. Our music is mentally hip hop, smoothed out on the R&B tip. Pop feel appeal to it. Don't get me going with my Belle Biv DeVoe. Let me see. Homie, don't play that. AKA Mrs. Chris Abels caught that. Let's see.
Chris fucking Abels?
Mrs. Chris Abels. And PSP, Peter Sky Parker. And there you go. There's the memberships out. The family is bigger. Welcome to BF Live family. Homie getting the love and the shout out from Brian Kowalczyk. Oh, hey, Don, says our friend Spawn. And to that, I say,
Oh, hey guys, how you doing?
Homie caught one, and Donkey 2 and PSP. I got them all. I got all the friends. I got Donkey getting the love from Space Nerd. I got Don checking in. Hey, Don. Happy Tuesday, October 1st. We're starting a new month, folks. Wow. It's a Tuesday of a new month. Here we go. We're heading into fall, but we're doing it together, hanging out as chat family. Let's see. Where did I leave off at? We got It's Nuts. Wow, this thing really jumps. I
think Dawn.
Thank you, buddy. There's Don. Yep, it jumped on me. Cyke's getting thrown out the love. RBLQ got the love from MSIP. Whoa. Hey, Spawn from Kahuna Nui. Nice catch, BF. Thank you. Caught family. Hey, Don from Tiffany, Washington. Good morning, Don from Space Nerd. RBLQ and Scorpio. What a get. Cyke is getting the love from Kahuna Nui. Donks is getting the love from MSIP. Nerd's getting the love from Don. Hey, homie from Space Nerd. Hey, Don, good to see you from Kahuna Nui. Tiff is getting the love and the hearts from Don. Kahuna is getting the salute and the devil horns from Cyke Clyde. Kahuna is getting the love from Don. Kahuna is shouting out BK. Ding Dong saying, hey, Hoya, homie. Don Boom from Cyke. BF, what's up, bro? What's up with you, Don? You might hear, I'm a little hoarse today. I'm a human being, but actually I'm a little hoarse today. I don't feel bad, but I yelled too much at the ball game the other night. Scott is getting the shout out love from our boy Don right here.
Don.
Ding Dong's getting the love from Kahuna Nui. Hey, Kahuna, right back from Mrs. Clyde. Spawn says Kahuna is a nice fellow. Clyde is having fun with the emojis. You better use that Cyke Clyde emoji. Cyke Skol from Don. Kahuna Nui saying hey to Sunday Jenna. And Space Nerd says, I really got that vibe, Spawn, for sure. From Kahuna being a nice fellow. I think we all can agree and concur on that. And with that, that is the end of the opening chat family check-in. We did it. Opening chat family check-in and 5 gifted memberships given out right here on BF Live. Let's get on to the news and some other fun stuff I have planned for you today right here on BF Live. But that was the opening chat family check-in.
Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves.
That's right. It's the chat family. The midday hang for the chat family is BF Live right here. We're going to try to stick around till 3 o'clock or so here on the BF Live channel. We put our glasses back on and let's read some of the stuff. Kuhn is a good guy. Ding Dong says, BF, you said Mrs. Clyde. Do I need to change? Oh, damn it. Oh. look, Scott. So I'm already can't call Cyke no more. I call him Clyde all the time. Now I've fallen into calling Mrs. Cyke, and now I'm doubling down and going Mrs. Clyde. So holy shit, that's funny. Let me see. LOL Ding. Who is that saying talk amongst yourselves?
Talk amongst yourselves.
That is Mike Myers from Saturday Night Live. He did a character. He said it was based on his aunt, Linda Richmond. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. Coffee. Have some coffee, and we'll talk. Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Doing a talk show, telling people to talk amongst themselves.
I'm verklempt.
Verklempt. That's right. Yeah, I'm getting verklempt. I'm starting to get emotional. Right. She would get verklempt talking about something emotional. I love Joan Rivers. She's my hero. I'm getting a little verklempt. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. Pamela Anderson's tits are not real. Talk amongst yourselves. There you go. She would do something like that.
Yeah.
Coffee Talk, I think, from SNL, says Space Nerd. Kahuna says, thanks, everybody. Greatest chat on this side of the internet. Don remembers verklempt. I'm verklempt, and I do sound verklempt today. So maybe I should just go into the whole, do the whole show like this, Scott, and just go with the impression. Talk amongst yourself. Welcome to BF Live. I'm going to do the show with my raspy voice today. I sound like that, or Paul Stanley.
Makes me want to clear my throat.
Sorry about that for everybody that's listening. Yeah, I did it. I overdid it. I did the big no. I've been going to games, Scott, and behaving pretty good, but I went to that Ravens game the other night, and I let out a couple hearty screams that challenged my vocal cords.
All right.
And I caught myself doing it because it was a loud crowd, and I couldn't hear myself, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm like overdoing it. Yeah, so I got to watch that. Oh, yeah, Stephen Bull. I didn't see the Bull check in. There he is. Stephen Bull snuck in here.
Whoa.
No one does it like the Bull. Talk amongst yourselves. How you doing today? What's up, Bull? Showing, says Space Nerd. Showing. Nerd. She knows what's up. Oh, my goodness. I love me some Wayne's World. I can sit there and just let that movie play in the room and walk in and out. Fun movie. Here's you. I say, I love one of my favorite lines from that. It says, he's nobody's friend. If he was an ice cream, he'd be pralines and dick. That's one of my favorite. I never heard of pralines and dick before. That was a great line. If somebody was an ice cream flavor, he'd be pralines and dick. That's a great line from that movie.
I like So I Married an Axe Murderer from him.
You know, you've mentioned that before, that you are a kind of a deeper cut Mike Myers fan.
Yeah, I found that not too many people like that movie. I do.
Mm-hmm. I think it was a bit of a departure for him at the time, Scott. I think people just wanted funny out of him, and he kind of blindsided people with that one. Bob's gotta love it. BF makes a great Jewish woman. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. Kahuna Nui. Will he actually rub me or send me rub? Discuss. There you go. BF and Scott Hoya from Blummel's defense lawyer.
Blummel's.
Put on a wig, Kahuna, and he's there. There you go. Hoya from Dang Lizard checking in from across the pond. How you doing? Great to see all the friends in here every day. I'm a little hoarse today, so Not quite like that. But Hoya Blummels from Space Nerd. Hi, Blummels from Tiffany, Washington. Space Nerd, Gano from Space Nerd from Gano from Blummels. I can know what you're trying to get me to do. Space Nerd knows what you're talking about. Tiff's getting the love from Blummel's defense lawyer. Hey, Stephen Bull from Big Kahuna Nui. Cyke Labs checks in and says, haha, thanks, nerd. I have 4 other mushroom picks. I'm glad you said picks and not mushroom dick. We did that story about the mushrooms yesterday, Scott. I don't know if you weren't here for that. I can't remember from day to day.
I wasn't
yesterday,
here.
I did a story in the BF Live News Buddy about someone who ate like 4 pieces of mushroom and chopped their dick off with an axe.
Mushroom, like tripping on, like trippy mushrooms?
Yep.
I've never taken them again.
Well, I know you had your little experience with them, but yes, they ate 4 of them. I think this was in Austria. Some dude ate like 4 big pieces of mushroom and cut off his penis with an axe. And they put it back on. There you go.
Oh my
So that's what he missed yesterday.
Does he remember why? I mean, what made him, other than the mushrooms, like was there a hallucination that made him do it?
Well, yeah, I think he was there, and they also blamed alcohol and like drug abuse and depression and all that stuff. It was almost like they were trying to make it sound like he had all these other problems, and he did the psilocybin, he did the mushrooms, and then he decided to chop off his penis. So we'll see what other. I don't think I have any penis chopping stories in the BF Live news today, but I got some other stuff here.
Tube steak.
Oh, she liked the boogie. And we're gonna start off with a celebrity death report because we did have our 3rd celebrity die yesterday, Scott.
Yeah.
We had Dikembe Mutombo passed away, and Chris Christopherson passed away, and even the guy that played the old gruff detective from the Beverly Hills Cop movie series, he passed away. So we kind of counted him, but we're gonna go. But I do the opening, the news. I'll open up with a celebrity death report to head it off. Babe Abraham Lincoln. She's a babe. If she was president, she'd be Abraham Lincoln. That's a great one. Hey, you ever, when you watch Looney Tunes movies, you ever think that that Mrs. Bugs was sexy? You ever want to make out with her? Female Bugs Bunny. Blummel's defense lawyer is giving Cyke the love. I married an axe murderer, says our friend Cyke. He's with you.
Yeah.
Kahuna is getting a shout out from Blummel's defense lawyer. 2 joints, I am your friend and host. 2 joints is checking in. Scott! There you go. Blummel's defense lawyer wants to vote 2. They say, I married an axe murderer as well, Scott.
I thought, I think I've said this before on the show. And when I mentioned it, there's a group that it's kind of got a cult following type of movie.
You're right, and I'm glad I'm seeing it pop up again because you thought it was an odd thing that nobody really picked up on, not many other than you, but you were happy to see, just like today, that there's a couple of people out there that kind of into that movie, just like yourself.
Right.
2 Joints says, hey, Space Nerd, Soya, Cyke Hoya, I said Soya, BDL Gano from 2 Joints. What does Gano mean? I don't know what it means. Didn't we look this up before? I think somebody did look this up before, Scott. Gano?
I don't remember.
I think Terry Nee is our... or Terry Nee or Space Nerd might know what Gano means. Gano means exactly. Gano means exactly. Hoya, 2 joints from Space Nerd. Hey, 2 joints from Tiffany, Washington. Tiff, Washington. Good morning from 2 joints. Blummel is throwing out the sunglasses and the smile. Hey, Dang from Tiffany, Washington. Dang is getting the love from Kahuna Nui. Hey, Dang from Space Nerd. The answer is my question. That answers my question. MSIP bones up. Yes, Don, mushrooms. Somebody did too many psychotic mushrooms and cut off their penis. Big Kahuna, man. Spawn says, Bobby, name that movie. Okay, this guy needs coffee and oh yes, that. Yeah, that's Wayne's World. Absolutely. We gotta get him Rampart. Stat. Let's go. Oh my God. When he was redoing the scene, yeah, Wayne and Garth. That's great shit, man. At Stan Makita's. Wayne's World. Party time. Excellent. I love the dream. And I like the multiple endings too there, Scott. When they did let's do the Scooby-Doo ending. Yeah, let's do the Scooby-Doo. Let's do the Oscar-winning ending. Funny shit, man. Space Nerd says, I would enjoy some booms right now. Bones up 2 joints from MSIP. Hey, 2 joints from Kahuna Nui. 2 joints, my Noga from Cyke Labs. Emergency, the movie Spawn. Scott, he thought it was the right time for a home circumcision. That guy with the mushroom. Oh shit. Red velvet flavored crabs. I'm not sure where you're getting them at. Spawn Man from 2 Joints. MSIP says, don't forget the Pete Rose. We're going to get to that. We're going to start off the BF Live other news with a celebrity death report. Yes, we got that. RP Pete Rose, 2 Joints, 83 years old. BF and the Midday Freaks. Matt checks in. Your moderator, my bro. Bones up. I was in the chat last night on Perry Caravello, and Perry was in a special mood last night, and now he shaved the mustache off, Scott.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, the mustache is gone, and now they're deciding whether he's going to be like long-haired Perry. I think the vote ended up being that it was going to be short-haired Perry. So we're probably going to see Perry in the short, close hairdo now. Prop Master, you're getting the love from your bro, Matt.
Best damn mod in the game, Matt.
Hey, hi, Matt from Tiffany, Washington. Don checks in and says Bugs Bunny was bisexual. I don't know, but he certainly was a cross-dresser, though. All those characters were back in the day. Hey, Tiffany from our friend Matt. MLB is going to do a scumbag move and put Charlie Hustle in now that he can't enjoy it. So wrong. You know, Spawn, I wonder about this. And in light of guys going in there with an asterisk for the steroid era, I don't see how you can deny like your biggest, arguably one of the biggest stars that ever played your sport. I don't think you can deny his history forever. So I don't know, Scott, what do you think about this, about Pete Rose maybe going in after the fact now that he's dead, like as if it'll be okay or something?
After the fact, I definitely don't. I kind of thought he shouldn't have been kept out for life. I kind of thought he should have got in.
I thought life was a little harsh.
Yeah, and if they wait till after he dies, man, I don't know. That's a bad look to me.
But this guy was a hell of a hitter, hell of a runner, hell of a fielder. He had the name Charlie Hustle for a reason. The dude managed and played for a period of time. I mean, how many guys have ever done that?
And I'm not sure if I have this right or wrong, but did he bet? I know he got in trouble for betting on games, but did he bet on the games? Did he bet against his own teams? What I'm trying to say.
Yeah, he did. He ended up doing both. I think I remember, Scott. He not only bet on other baseball games, but he bet on baseball games that he was involved in it and could control. Yeah.
That's a little.
And I think that's what kind of made the difference. I think if maybe if it was just that he was like gambling in Vegas, maybe they would have looked the other way. But I think he was actually betting on games that he had an effect of the outcome in.
I mean, all them other games to choose from, you had to choose the one that's going to look the worst.
Yeah, I guess, you know, that people that have that gambling addiction, you know, they think they know their way around everything.
I kind of clumped that with the steroid guys. An asterisk by
so that's right, and so that's kind of what I was getting at. In light of, you know, they're going to be putting guys with asterisks in. Why not just put him in with an asterisk? I mean, everybody's going to know his story anyway. Say, look, this guy was one of the biggest baseball players of his time. He ended up kind of not having such a spectacular end to his career, but you can't deny that he's one of your leading stars of the game ever.
Yep.
So, yep.
Never forget that All-Star game when he slid in there and didn't have to slide in there so hard on an All-Star game and clobbered that catcher.
And he was one of them guys, you know, sometimes you see guys that are like kind of just going through the paces. But when you watch this guy, you knew he loved the game and he played it hard every play.
Probably anything he did, any competition he did, he probably played like life was on the line.
That might have been because he definitely had that energy about him when he was on the screen. Like every at bat, every fielding thing, every base run, every steal, it was always critical. Matt Buddy, Bones Main from 2 Joints. Matt's getting love from Kahuna Nui. Definitely a cross-dresser. Know what didn't happen? We didn't turn weird by a cross-dressing bunny. That's right. We knew because our parents explained it to us. Because 2 joints are better than one. Fuck yeah.
Hey guys, how you doing?
That's a great saying for when 2 joints shows up. 2 joints is here and 2 joints are better than one. Kahuna's getting the love. MLB Portland, are you getting a team out there? What do you got going on out there in Oregon? I figured you guys were like nearby. I don't know what you're fans of out there for baseball. Sunday Jenna, oh heck yeah, from 2 Joints. Hoya Space Nerd from Matt. Hoya Matt from Space Nerd. 2 Joints is getting the love and the bones up from Matt. I hadn't heard that story. Well, there you go. That's why we're here on BF Live. Let's see. Sunny Jenna's getting the love. Stan Makita invented the power tools. There you go. Let's see. Perry 16 just to checking in, having fun with the emojis. Are short-haired prostitutes considered studs? I don't know, Perry. What did you do here?
Shut the fuck up.
I didn't say anything about it. Spawn talked about your short hair. When did Pete Rose die? Just yesterday. Why don't we get on to it? I thought it was a joke. I see what people, Charlie Hustle. Okay, rather than just learn about it in the chat, I'm here to do a show. So why don't I do that? I got this cool-ass studio over here collecting dust. So I'm going to go wipe off the dust. I'm going to run over there, and we're going to do some BF Live other news or the BF Live not so serious news because I got a couple news stories for you. So let me go. I got to run over there. Let's do this. All right, I'm over here now. Wipe off my news desk. I'm gonna read a couple stories for you right here on BF Live. All right, so let's see. Yes, and we are doing the news, but we have breaking news. We talked about how they come in threes. We counted 2.5 yesterday with the actor from the Beverly Hills Cop series, but I think we have our official third one today. So let's start off BF Live other news with a celebrity death report.
BF Live. Celebrity death, marriage, and divorce report. They lived, they loved, they died.
All right, so yes, as some of you have already heard or picked up on in the chat, yesterday afternoon it broke that Pete Rose, the baseball's banned hits leader, has died at the age of 83, Scott. So he's the hit leader. So they're not going to be able to deny him forever.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was 83.
83 years old, Scott. He got older, but we didn't, buddy. Pete Rose, baseball's career hits leader and fallen idol who undermined his historic achievements and Hall of Fame dreams by gambling on the game he loved and once embodied, has died. He was 83 years old. Stephanie Wheatley, as spokesperson for Clark County in Nevada, confirmed on behalf of the medical examiner that Rose died Monday. Wheatley said his cause and manner of death had not yet been determined. For fans who came of age in the 60s and 70s, no player was more exciting than Cincinnati Reds, number 14 Charlie Hustle, the brash superstar with shaggy hair and muscular forearms. At the dawn of the artificial surfaces, division play, and free agency, Rose was old school, a conscious throwback to baseball's early days. Millions could never forget him crouched and scowling at the plate, running full speed to first, even drawing a walk, or sprinting for the next base and diving headfirst into the bag. And I'm going to give you an example of that right here, Scott, because I can't say off the top of my head I can recall any other player that was a player and a manager at the same time.
Yeah.
So he was a manager. So imagine this, folks. You have a manager of your ball club, and he comes out, and he's in the lineup, and he does at-bats. So let's check this out. I'm going to show you a little video just to give you a taste of what Pete Rose was like for those that didn't see it, and maybe one more time for those of us that know. Here's a little Rose hits an RBI double as a player-manager. Rest in peace, Pete Rose. Let's watch this a little bit.
Second time up, grounded out to a double play. Last time up in the fifth inning, bounced to short. Pops it down the left field line. May drop in and does! Rose tying for two. Foley scores. And Pete is in. The Reds lead 6-4.
Always intense, Scott. Always intense.
Yeah, I don't think that dive was necessary.
No. Well, that's what they say. He would run down the first on a walk. The old Riverfront Stadium where the Reds used to play.
Right where he left off. That fateful day, early October 1978, when he had a hit, drove in a run. This is the very next game as a Cincinnati Red. Doesn't look any different, does he? Look at this slide.
Look at that.
Where the head first slide is.
Well, he must have been 20 feet away from the base when he started that slide.
You don't have to look far.
And there you have it. Rest in peace. Charlie Hustle, Pete Rose. So yeah, Scott, he was I think that's the biggest thing, buddy, is that, he was involved in control of the scoring of the game. So he could decide if he was going to lose. He could not put a good player in or a good pitcher. He had a little too much control of all of those situations, I think, for Major League Baseball at the time.
Yeah.
So there you go. So we started off with a celebrity death report. Pete Rose, Major Leaguer, dead at the age of 83. Let's see who's checked in. We got Kai and friends checking in. What's up, Kai?
Hey, Kai.
Just stopping in to say hi to my buds. How's it going, Bobby and Scotty? And P.S. Hello from Mrs. Honeybee. Well, Mrs. Honeybee was here yesterday, so now we got Mr. Honeybee here today. How you doing, buddy? Buzz. Hey, let's get a little buzz. Since she's here, let's give her that. Come on. There you go. Thanks for checking in. LOL dang somewhere. Hoya to KY from Kai from Johnny A. Kai, love and miss you all, bro, from MSIP. Kai and MHB, good to see you from Kahuna Nui. Kai checks in and says, yo, Johnny A, MSIP, Kahuna Nui. Love y'all, brothers. Gotta run right now. Great to see you, friends.
I got a clip of the first time I ever met Kai. I was in the chat, and I do my regular fingers, and he goes, let's see what he called me, Scott Fitzpatrick.
Yes, I saw that. You shared that like 2 weeks ago on your YouTube page, and I watched that again, Scott, because I didn't really recall it totally. I didn't really know when you guys had met the first time.
Yeah, that was it.
So that was fun. Great fun with the chat family. Hi, Replayables Brew Crew. Well, at least I'm here. How you doing, man? Yeah, it's not a Replayables day, but we'll be ready for that tomorrow. Replayables, we drink, smoke, laugh, and joke on the Levyverse channel right here on YouTube, and we watch some fun videos. We got into it on Saturday night, and we'll do it again tomorrow night. MSIP says, I'll see you, Kai. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Hey, Kai from Jerry Lahane. Hey, Jerry Wright from Space Nerd. Hey, Jerry from Two Joints. Dangler says, the main question for me is, did he bet against his own team and lose or played worse to win bets? And dang, I think I kind of covered on that, buddy. I think that, that was part of the problem, is that he had too much control. He could choose to come up a run short. He could choose not to put his better players in and kind of control the outcome of the game. So yes, I believe we did hear he was betting on Cincinnati Reds games, and that made it worse. Dang, that is what I want to know. We got that. Space and Two Joints, good to be here. Cyke says, no, he didn't, dang, unless it was never released. I thought I did hear the stories about it. I can look it up, but we're not going to delve fully into the Pete Rose thing. But it was all that kind of stuff. Betting on himself, being I showed you exactly right there. He was a player manager, so he obviously had control over the outcome of the game, Scott.
Yeah. Well, pitcher he put in,
and who knows how far it went. Who knows how far it went? He could have told people, hey, I'm controlling a game. Place this bet for me.
Yep.
Place this bet for yourself. So there, the illusion was there, the ability was there. All right, but let's get into another story now. We started off with that. Let's get into another kind of quirky, interesting story. And I know we got people from across the seas and all over the world watching. So this is more of a UK thing, an Ireland thing, Scott. This says, in County Donegal, a farmer uncovers a 22-kilogram slab of ancient bog butter, my friend. Have you ever heard of bog butter?
Bog butter, no.
Did we know where it came? Well, I'll explain it to you, because I didn't know what bog butter was either, my friend. It says this accidental discovery could be one of the biggest finds of its kind in Ireland. It says a farmer in County Donegal has unearthed what may be one of the largest ancient slabs of bog butter ever discovered on the island of Ireland. The ancient butter was discovered by accident while a site on Michael Boyle's Port New farm was being excavated. A local archaeologist has said the find, which is estimated to be between 22 and 25 kilograms, could be one of the biggest of its kind ever recorded in Ireland. Bog butter, here we go, Scott. Here's the explanation. Bog butter is an ancient form of preserved dairy or animal fat and can be found in the cool, oxygen-poor depths of Ireland's peat bogs. Finds are common in both Scotland and Ireland. So this is how they hid and preserved their butter back in the day, Scott.
So that's just like old milk that
old butters and fats and everything. This was like, it says the practice of storing butter in bogs dates back as far as the Iron Age and is recorded as taking place as recently as the 16th and 19th century. Archaeologist Paula Harvey, who visited the site of the discovery, said that the local man, Alan Moore, was digging a drain when Michael spotted a big slab of something that didn't look normal, didn't look natural. So they stopped digging, and look how big it is, Scott. That's butter. They found that. They say a lot of times they would be put in like wooden crates or something, but they have since disintegrated. But the butter remains preserved by the peat and the dirt.
Did they say about an estimated age on that already?
Yeah, let me see. Did I say that already? I
think so.
Go to the beginning here.
Sorry.
No, it's quite all right. I like it. No, it's cool. Let's see.
16.
Like,
is that it?
I don't know about this. Let's see. Let's continue reading it. Maybe they'll say about this particular one. It says the remarkable find adds to Ireland's archaeological legacy of bog butter and is currently being analyzed by experts at the National Museum of Ireland. But there are hopes that it can be returned and displayed locally at the Killooney Dolmen Center. So, but they did. It said around 500 bog butter finds are estimated to have been recorded in Ireland. I'm not seeing the date on this particular one, Scott. But they did. The guy took a bite of it, buddy.
Yeah, I was wondering if he just took a chaw of it right there. Or...
Yes. They said that one dude took a bite of it, and he said, I'm still here to live to tell the tale about it. But there's a story about something I didn't know about, Scott. Ireland bog butter. Had I no idea it was a thing. And there you go. We always learn something here on BF.
Parquet. Butter.
What's that, buddy?
Parquet. Butter.
Parquet. Butter. You're going way
bog
back.
Butter.
Butter. Wow, you're going back with the reference. Do we know where Kane was when Pete Rose died? I'm not sure. Widow, he tombstoned him into the casket. That's right. Pete Rose, like a lot of celebrities, he kind of did like a little run through the WWE and all that stuff back in the day when it was the WWF. Dang Lizard says, yeah, I can understand the lifetime ban, but beyond that would still be justified as a sign against game manipulation of players. And I believe that's the message that they wanted to send. This was like zero tolerance. This was like the biggest no-no at the time, Scott, right?
Yeah, because they had that one, was it the Black Sox or something way back, back in the day.
Yeah. Oh,
that,
shit.
About destroyed baseball.
Wow. I got a report coming in from my chat family. Chat family is reporting that R.I.P. American Pickers star Frank Fritz, age 60. I knew that he was sick for a while. I had read, Scott, that dude was sick. The heavy set guy, the little chunky guy from American Pickers. Yeah, I really liked that show, man.
I did too. I ain't seen it in a few years. I quit watching TV, but I was a regular watcher of that for many years.
Me too, man. I love that. I loved all the stories. I love those guys. I'm digging through people's attics and barns and finding, basically finding Americana again, Scott, and preserving it. Yep. And I was just fascinated at the stuff that you'd find and the value on it. And it was a really good show. Watched it with my family and my daughters and all. Frank Fritz.
He liked to collect oil cans.
Oil cans. People collect all kind of shit is what you found out, Scott.
Yep.
Wow, that's interesting. Really, MSIP? Bog butter. Bobby makes learning fun. Isn't that?
You got dinosaur poop.
Dinosaur poop. Yeah, isn't that a Fleetwood Mac song? You make learning fun. That's make loving fun. That's right. BP is getting a shout out. Where you at, Brutal Pain? Or is it, let's see, BP. Brutal Pain, that's my friend. Let's see. Cyke from MSIP. Dangler says, doping at a time, a lot of people were doing it. Just because you can prove it now is different from that. I don't know. We're getting into semantics of a bunch of people doing a bunch of wrong stuff. I don't think we'll solve any of it here. He went from fat to sickly. I wonder if that was part of it. Don checks in and says, dolmen are ancient megalithic structures. Whoa. I always say, gonna learn something here on BFI. I got something thorn in me. Let me see.
Look at Don with the brains.
Whoa. MSIP says, yeah, he suffered a stroke 2 years ago. I remember him being on Howard Stern's show, probably like 10 years ago or so. He had like some young Asian wife, Scott, or something. You remember any of that?
We're talking Frank or Pete Rose? Or which
Pete? I'm talking about Pete Rose. Yeah, I'm talking about. I went back to talking about Pete. My bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really recall that.
Yeah, Brutal Pain checks in, my brother, and said he is in the WWE Hall of Fame. Well, there you go. You know Vince would hook him up. He says, hey, come on. I know they won't let you in, buddy, but come to my show. I'll let you in my WWE Hall of Fame. I can totally see that happening. What's up, BP? Dang Loser says, for example, with the Tour de France, doping became illegal because a person died. Going back and saying, oh, we don't accept your win, I don't know. That's very interesting. And boy, we were all hyped when one nut Lance Armstrong was like killing it every year over the Tour de France. It almost started feeling unnatural to me, Scott. I'm like, no way, this guy with the world class of bicyclists and he's winning this consistently every year.
Yeah. What kind of threw me, I think, on that is because he didn't have the typical steroid. When you think steroid,
Body.
you think bulk. Yeah, you think bulk,
Mm-hmm.
but he had that biker body, I guess.
Yep. Good point. And he was Mr. America. Nobody questioned him at the time so you start pointing fingers, and then the finger ended up on him. Let's see. He wrestled. I forgot that, says Johnny A. I guess he had a massive stroke 2 years ago. Deaths coming in 3s, 6s, or 9s this week. I'm telling you. That's why I'm glad to be here. I would say, what they say, any day above 6 feet underground is a good day, Scott, right?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
True.
American Pickers was cool, and I, like Frank says, Cyke Clyde. Facts BK from Cyke Clyde. I'm here, BP. What's up? I hear you. Bones, buddy. Yeah, the BP from Cyke Clyde. LOL on this IP. I didn't see you said that. They were talking about the same thing. Gerald Haynes says, I think the Russian women Olympic steroids 1970s. All the Helgas, where everyone was named Helga. How you doing, Jerry Lahane? They had a whole team of Helgas over there. What's that all about? Maybe they were clones. Send in the clones. All right, let's get into another story here on BF Live, because we learned about death and we learned about bog butter. So let's see what else I have for you, Scott. In this story, buddy, you remember a couple of months ago we did the thing about the portal in New York City and in Ireland, where everybody was supposed to go look into the camera and say kumbaya and become a better world and all that shit, Scott. Remember that?
Yeah, but the troll showed up.
And the troll showed up, and women with big breasts, and people were cussing in it and saying outlandish shit. And they shut it down within a couple weeks. They had to shut it down early, right?
Yeah, somebody did it, just showing the 9/11 buildings or something.
Yep, 9/11 buildings, and that one girl who I ain't mad at, she went up and famously flashed her tits in it, and so everybody, the world could see. So here I got another story that has a similar kind of twist to it, Scott. It says New York City's first smart basketball hoop is stripped of its internet features for this reason. Well, let's check this out. It says the city's first public smart basketball hoop has been stripped of its internet live streaming feature, at least partly because New Yorkers can't be trusted not to do something obscene for the camera, a la the portal. The hoop, HUUPE, donated by its manufacturer to Manhattan's Tompkins Square Park last month, had to be disconnected from the net under its agreement with the city because of concerns over content streaming, Hoop CEO Paul Anton said. See, look, Scott, it's like a digital board. It's supposed to have a timer for you, keep the quarter, keep your shot stats, let you watch YouTube on it, and has a live camera feature, all kind of stuff. It says the move comes a couple months after a virtual portal gizmo set up in a Manhattan's Flatiron district linked to New York City and to Dublin, Ireland through a 24/7 live stream. And it had to be shut down in less than a week over some users' raunchy behavior. In the case of the hoop, the streaming shutdown also means users are blocked from using its backboard screen, unique features such as watching YouTube, receiving on-demand training, and playing with others from around the world. The main point of the hoop is to shot tracking above all else, so there was a desire to focus on that for kids and athletes, as the shot tracking really promotes physical activity more than anything else, Scott. But I'm not going to read the entire article, but I will go on. Did read it, and a lot of the traditional people that like Ball Buddy, they said they don't like this because they didn't like all the extra distractions that were on the board.
That's what I thought would be a big distraction.
Yeah, you're like, he said, the guy said they like concentrate the mental concentration of just you and the hoop and concentrating on your shot, and looking at the stuff on the backboard is kind of distracting them for sure.
I'm assuming that black thing up there's a camera and people was able to watch them do all this, I guess.
That's right. And they had to shut this all down because, once again, much like the portal, the New York people couldn't be trusted in having like a live internet thing. So I don't know how many people are really upset about it, because it does seem that some of the basketball players they talk to, they are more of the traditional thing. And they said that they could tell that the hoop wasn't being used as much as traditional hoops when they experienced it at the park, Scott. No. Not everybody's jumping on that one. Widow Killer checks in and says, Opie and Anthony did a bit about people thinking the American Pickers were gay. There you go.
Hello, Frisco.
Infiltrative Schwoogies. Okay. All right. We got that one. All right, let's get on another fun story here I got for you on BF Live. Scott, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, let's do this one. This grabbed me at the headline, buddy. This one says, follow this headline. A snowmobiler who crashed into a parked Black Hawk helicopter was awarded $3 million. Now, how you could ask yourself, how does a snowboarder crash into a Black Hawk helicopter? How does this even happen? And how does somebody end up winning money from it, Scott? This is a crazy situation. It says a judge ruled that the federal government, excuse me, I got something in my way. The federal government was mostly responsible for a nighttime collision that nearly killed a snowmobiler who struck a Black Hawk helicopter that was parked on a Massachusetts trail. U.S. District Judge Mark Mastriani blames both parties for the March 2019 crash in his ruling Monday, but said the government was 60% responsible for parking the helicopter on a snowmobile trail. He criticized snowmobiler Jeff Smith for not operating his snowmobile, his craft safely, for speeding and for wearing tinted goggles, but awarded him $3.3 million in damages, Scott. Smith said, a Massachusetts lawyer he had asked for $9.5 million in damages to cover his medical expenses and lost wages and to hold the military responsible. Look at this, Scott. This is his mobile. Look at this.
Wow.
So you figure, they said Massachusetts, pitch black in the middle of the night, buddy,
Yeah.
and he hit this thing at speed, and you can see what happened.
I think one thing that would be a big factor in it is why it was parked there. Was the helicopter having engine trouble, emergency landing?
Well, I'm glad you said that. I can give you some clarification on that. It says, we are grateful for Judge Mastriani's thoughtful consideration of the complicated facts of this case. Smith's lawyer, Doug Desjardins said, we believe justice was served and the decision encourages public safety. The government has 60 days to pay Smith or appeal, Desjardins said. The government did not immediately respond to a request for comment on Tuesday. Smith lawyers argued that the crew of the Black Hawk helicopter that flew from New York's Fort Drum to Worthington, Massachusetts for night training was negligent for parking the camouflaged 64-foot aircraft on a rarely used airfield, also used by snowmobilers. In the decision, it says the court finds that the government breached its duty of care in failing to take any steps to protect against the obvious risk of a camouflage helicopter parked on an active snowmobile trail in a somewhat wooded area as darkness set, Mastriani wrote. The helicopter and the area where it was parked were not illuminated or marked in any way, Scott. It goes on to say, Smith also sued the owner of Albert Farms, the airfield in Worthington, accusing them of both giving permission for snowmobilers to use the trail and the Black Hawk crew to land in the same area. He settled with the farm owner for an undisclosed sum. So it was just a training mission, Scott, and there's the guy laid up in bed.
Yeah, he no doubt. By the looks of that snowmobile, he no doubt clobbered it. I mean, I thought when you first said, I thought it was just going to be some guy that barely bumped into one or something, and they said, "Oh, my back, I got whiplash," or something. But it looks like he smashed it up pretty good. Black Hawk helicopter seems they can just go around parking them things and have some coffee or something.
I guess that apparently there was some kind of understanding or misunderstanding about this rarely used airfield. This guy said that he's been on this trail airfield over 100 times and it hasn't been used in decades. So he had no expectation. They didn't illuminate it, so they find the government mostly at fault. This was a training mission. It's kind of something that kind of just went wrong, lack of communication.
Yeah.
But there's the back of the helicopter, kind of where he hit it, Scott.
You kind of had, I'd say. I feel all right if the because it's military, you don't want to sue the military, but maybe the military would pay the hospital bills, and say sorry and shake hands.
So I don't know. I guess it remains to see. It says the government attempted to dismiss the case several times, arguing that it could not be sued under the Federal Tort Claims Act because a policy decision was involved. But the judge disagreed and said the act allows for exceptions. So, they tried to get it disputed, but imagine that. And the guy said he's done this over 100 times. He's snowmobiling on a black snowmobile. He said it's normally jet black out there, so he had no reason to expect that this would be here. And he won. I had said, how does a snowmobiler even crash into a Black Hawk? So that's how it works. All right. Let's read some of these comments on this. Terry Nee says, the good news is that the camouflage works. Hi, Terry Nee. Let's see what everybody's saying. Go back up a little bit. We got that one. We got that one too. It's like doing online polls where people can write in answers like McBoatface. Tony Hawk helicopter. I don't know. You like the real Tony Hawk, don't you, Perry?
Shut the fuck up.
He's the real Tony Hawk. Grind a rail on a Tony Hawk helicopter, bro. Says Dang Lizard. Don't they have headlights? Yeah, so obviously it's a Black Hawk. They said, and that was another thing, Scott, they said they didn't even have lighting on them to even allow them the plausibility that they might have lit it up at some point in time. They had no lighting at all. Yeah. They just landed it there. Fat Albert's Farm. Let's see. Oh, you can ride here. 0 obstacles. Bah ha ha. But I think the dude has some issues with life now. Yeah, he does, a space nerd. Because look, Scott, like you saw the damage of that thing. He says he has a hard time. Like he don't snowmobile and he doesn't trail hike no more. He doesn't do anything, space nerd, from reading the entire article. Can't wait to be out of Akron. LOL. Says Cyke Labs. All right. Okay. All right. Well, we did the news. How about, let me take it. We did the news. I think I got one more thing for you that opens up. We down it. Scott, I'm trying to expand what I do here every day on BF Live. I do the other news, and then we do the BF Live miserable news history moment where we play a classic Bob Levy bit. That's coming up, buddy. But first, I'm adding the weather. Let's go now live to Florida for a weather report on Hurricane Helene.
As you can see, I think Pool got a little bit dramatic with how the weather was going to be here. The storm obviously passed and went up to Tallahassee. I think it's a beautiful night here out on Bayshore. Perfect for strolling with your family and having a nice nighttime walk. I feel great. The Tampa Bay feels great. Be safe.
Thank you, Heidi Hoerson. What do you think about that weather report, Scott? How about that? Uh-oh. There you go. Just look at this. The prop master. He's coming in. Oh, he's coming up. He's got the umbrella. Look at that.
I broke it. It's broke.
There you go. The prop master always showing up with the props here on BF Live. There you go. That was awesome.
I was expecting Frankie McDonald. I was a little
fooled you there. They did a little better than Frankie, huh? Oh yeah, says Two Joints. Hey, I got a weather crew now. The cameraman was for sure bricked up. No doubt. I don't know who the cameraman was, but he was definitely bricked up. Hey, Waver, what's up, buddy? I'm gonna wave to you. Waver says, "Nice, be safe out there, girl." I'd watch that weather show. Says BP. Brutal Pain, man. Terry Nee says the pink. Oh, we talking about her bathing suit, right? Yeah. Boys gonna be begging for some more hurricanes. That's right. Did you know that weather matters? Weather doesn't matter, Perry.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't think it matters. You hardly do any weather on that show. Al Roker had to put you in your place the other day for not doing weather. Okay, folks. So we had fun with that. We did the BF. We did a death report. We did the other news, and we threw a little weather in even today. But now it's time for the miserable news history. This is where compliments of my friend at Cyke Labs. We're going to do a little miserable news history. If I can find my little tag. There it is right there. Miserable news history time. This is where we go back, compliments of Cyke Labs, and we listen to Bob attempting to read the news from the cool miserable men days from Sirius Satellite Radio. So let me get down Weather Girl now. I'll keep that up forever. Let me open Bob up here.
Is there going to be weather updates?
What's that, buddy?
Will there be weather updates throughout the show, or?
I don't know about today, but I'm definitely going to be checking her page out, and I will make her our regular weather girl. She does it on the regular, Scott, no doubt. All right, but for now, we're doing our miserable news history. We're going to take you back to November 11th in the year of 2007, Sirius Satellite Radio days, when the boys were young. Bob Levy, Shuli Agar, Mike Morse, and the whole crew. It's time now for the miserable news history moment right here, tagged on the end of the BF Live Other News.
Mr. and Mrs. America, it's time once again for the nation's favorite broadcast, the Miserable Men News, with your anchorman, the Reverend Bob Levy.
Good evening, Mom.
chemical-laced toy made son drunk. A woman whose toddler's son ingested a popular toy that contains a chemical that turns into a powerful date rape drug was Eaton said Thursday she knew he was ill when he began to stumble, seemed drunk, and started vomiting. Scientists say a chemical coating of aqua dots beads when ingested metabolized into a drug called gamma hydroxy butyrate. When eaten, the compound, made from common and easily available ingredients, can induce unconsciousness seizures, drowsiness, coma, and death. Meanwhile, versions of death.
Are you getting dead?
Meanwhile, versions of the toy seized in Hong Kong were being tested Thursday, a custom official said. Speaking on conditions of anonymity because of the policy, the toy was supposed to use 1.5 pentyl and non-toxic compound found in glue, but instead contained the harmful 1.4 butanediol, which is widely used in cleaning plastics.
Where are you?
And that's the news.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, senior lead anchor, Bob Levy. I like how Jim always asks to see the copy when it's done, just to make sure he doesn't.
No, because I had no idea what he was saying.
Right.
He was so off.
Yeah, what we're gonna do is
we got to post this on Stern.
What we're gonna do, we'll figure out a way to post the news story up early so you guys can read along with Bob, and that way you guys can just
read an anonymity.
Right, right.
And there you have it. Thank you. Compliments of Cyke Labs, keeping the good old days alive and teaching new people about what the fun stuff that used to go on the Miserable Men show on Sirius Satellite Radio. So there you go, guys. I think we kind of did a full kind of BF Live, not so serious news kind of thing. Let's get on to some other fun stuff right here. Are you having fun, folks? I hope you are. We're holding it down here in the midday, right here on BF Live Streamshow, episode 159. Thanks for joining me today. Great job, Sykes from Johnny A. Cyke Clyde says, thanks, guys. I love keeping it alive. And I love having you in my chat family and you providing us this stuff, providing me this stuff to share with all of our friends right here. And I will remind you, as I always do, and we're going to have a Cyke Labs content segment coming up, that click on the Cyke Labs, because Cyke, you are definitely getting to the point now where I cannot almost put everything on the air that you're producing. Cyke is producing at a prolific level. I could never possibly show every bit of it here. So I will tell you, go ahead and click on that link, his YouTube link, and watch these at your leisure. You won't be disappointed. Always a lot of fun watching all of this good old stuff. But now let's change it up a little bit. Why don't we check the National Day calendar? Because it's always a national holiday for someone or something. And I think there might have been a couple choice ones we can dig into a little deeply. And it is October 1st. So why don't we do it? And let's check the National Day. Hey, hey.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Oh. I guess I'll just stay here in the studio and do the National Day. Hey, hey. All right. Today is October 1st, guys. We talked about it at the beginning of the show, at the beginning of another month. Holy moly. Well, I don't want to say that it's going to be Christmas before we know it, Scott, but we know that's kind of what we're dealing with.
Yeah. And this is, I'm one of them people. It doesn't matter how much money I have, what I bought. Christmas, building up to Christmas, I never feel like I do enough.
Yeah, you always talk. You've talked about the pressure of that. Even if you
Yeah.
always had money and you bought certain things, you always had that feeling of, did I buy the right thing? Did I get this person the right thing, or did I buy more or less than another person? Yeah, I know you don't like kind of all the thinking and the pressure that kind of goes around the holidays.
Even though I know that, I still let it get in my head and just eat me up.
Yep. So there you go. And yep. So we'll be getting to those seasons, that part of the year before you know it. But right now it's October 1st. So let's hang on to this for now. And let's see, today is birthdays and events. I don't know what that is. Let's see. It's National Taco Day. Uh-oh, what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
It's National Fruit at Work Day. It's also National Fire Pup Day. It's like a Dalmatian. National Pumpkin Spice Day. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
National Green City Day. Oh, boy. All right, let's go to the top here. October 1st. I'm going to skip that one. National Taco Day. Now, Scott, are you a fan of the taco? I'm talking about the edible ones this time. I'm talking about food.
Right. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I like to have them. I like homemade ones you make at home better than restaurants, though. You know.
Yeah. So I'm a picky eater, buddy. So I'll take the cheese and melt it and take some of the spiced meat and put on it, but not put all the other stuff. So I kind of have my kind of version of a taco. So we'll make them at home a couple of nights. So you prefer the home tacos, huh?
Yeah, I do.
You can control
I like
them.
them good and greasy too. I like when the grease is dripping out of them.
Do you? All right. Well, it is your day then. National Taco Day has officially moved to the first Tuesday in October, starting on October 1st, 2024. This delicious food holiday will now fall on a Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. I get it. I get it, Scott.
Yeah.
Taco Tuesday, to be exact. The epic announcement is part of the latest milestone in Taco Bell's ongoing Taco Tuesday journey to move National Taco Day to a Tuesday. So people were giving them shit because everybody said Taco Tuesday all the time. So it is now officially Taco Tuesday. So if you are a taco fan like my friend Scott Fitzpatrick, go and get it. Go and get yours. How about this? It's National Fruit at Work Day, Scott. I heard somebody else on air kind of try to do your bit into an avocado thing, like you were told not to do, right?
What is it?
I heard somebody bit into an avocado on another
show.
We're just kind of mixing. I'm kind of mixing thoughts. But this is National Fruit at Work Day. Are you a big fruit eater guy? I am not, Scott.
I do, but I'm picky about the fruit though. It's gotta be like fresh and firm, and I don't like bruises and wormholes. You know.
Yeah, like having to inspect your food and all that stuff. Yeah.
But I like fruit.
All right. Well, it is your National Fruit at Work Day. So, Space Nerd, I know we're always tempting you with these other foods and everything, but maybe if you're at work today, maybe fruit is the selection you should look for today. We're talking about National.
I thought it meant like a person like Rob Soul's day at work. You know, like their special.
Hello, Frisco.
Fruit at work. Fruit.
I was raised by a gay man.
Hi-oh. All right. It could have been that. But let's see. Lest anyone think it was that, it's National Fruit Day at Work. On the first Tuesday in October, National Fruit Day at Work encourages some fruitiness to get you through your day. Not only is fruit tasty, but it is good for you too. Hashtag Fruit at Work Day. It might surprise you what constitutes a fruit. For example, an avocado qualifies as a fruit, Scott, not a vegetable. Combine this superfood with some peppers and tomatoes, also a fruit, and the nutritional bonuses will keep adding up. So yeah, that's what we've learned as I got older, that they say that tomato is not actually a vegetable, but it is a fruit more than a vegetable, right, Scott? That's what we've heard. Yes, it is. Yes, the tomato is technically in the fruit family, not the vegetable family, like they mentioned in this article right here in this little thing. And as well as an avocado is not a vegetable, but it is actually a fruit. So there you go. So it's your day if you want fruit, or if you want to include some grapes or avocado. Today is your day to do that on National Fruit Day here. Checking on the BF Live National Day. Hey. It's National Fire Pup Day. So I guess that's easy enough. So always associate. Every time I see a dog, Scott, a Dalmatian, I always associate it with it to a firehouse, right?
Yeah. I don't know why they've growing up and everything, the Little Rascal or whatever, they always had that as. But I also heard that that's one of the most dangerous dogs, the ones that's more that bite and attack people more often, and why they quit promoting the Dalmatian so much.
Okay. I thought I heard there was like a lore or a story about how many years ago where this dog kind of found its way, meandered into a firehouse, and it was loyal. It kind of stayed there and was always there when the firefighters went back and forth. I don't know if that has anything to do with the association with Dalmatians or not. It says, while the Dalmatians' origin is unknown, their use in firehouses began during the 1700s. Trained as a carriage dog, the Dalmatians' agility transferred quickly to horse-drawn fire engines. Even though Dalmatians weren't the only dogs fit for carriage work, they were the ones who mostly filled the roles of fire dogs. They were also easily identified by their spotted and speckled coats. Wow, so they used to use them on fire engines as well. It says, in the days of the horse-drawn fire carts, they provided a valuable service, having a natural affinity to horses. The Dalmatians' duty was to run alongside the horses. They ran in front of or beneath the wagon axles, clearing the way. Long after red engines replaced horse-drawn wagons, the Dalmatian remains a recognizable tradition in fire stations across the country. These energetic firehouse mascots serve to educate the public about fire safety. They also represent past fire pups in honor of their heroism. So there you go, once again. So it turns out they used to assist the fire dogs. Once again, we are learning shit here on BF Live. That's all right. There's not going to be a test, folks, so you don't have to retain any of this. All right, Scott, it's also National Pumpkin Spice Day, buddy. I think we kind of both, we're not pumpkin spice guys. We're not these kind of foo-foo, get a drink guy, you know, right?
No, I can't think of pumpkin spice anything I really eat.
But I know it's a sensation for a lot of people, and this is your time of the year, pumpkin spice people. It says, what do cinnamon, ginger, cloves, allspice, nutmeg, and October 1st have in common? They are all part of National Pumpkin Spice Day. Hashtag National Pumpkin Spice Day. We divide the world into factions, left versus right, solar versus gas, privacy versus freedom of information. But if you really want to turn the conversation on its head, Scott, divide the room into pumpkin spice versus anti-pumpkin spice. See? So we're not the only ones that are about this. You're either all for it or you're not for it at all. So there you go. I don't begrudge you. If you're down with the pumpkin spice and that's what you like, you do your thing, because it is your day. It is National Pumpkin Spice Day, October 1st, right here on the National Day Hey Hey as we check the national calendar. All right, let me see. I think we got all the good. National Green City Day. I'm guessing that's going to be talking about putting trees in the city, Scott.
You know, I feel so. I don't know where I heard that about the Dalmatian being aggressive and attacking people. I just had to look it up. I don't know where I've heard that. I thought that all my life, and I looked it up. I'm wrong on that.
Well, you think that every dog is aggressive.
Yeah.
You get attacked by poodles and shit, so you probably think poodles are too aggressive. There you go. All right, Scott. Well, I think we covered all the National Day Hey Heys on the National Day calendar. So let's get on some other fun stuff. But that was the National Day Hey Hey.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go. Let's do it. Let's keep doing it. Uh-oh. I'm still in the newsroom, so here's what we're going to do, Scott. I apologize for my hoarseness, folks. I think I overdid it yelling at the Ravens game on Sunday night, and it's coming back to bite me. But I feel good, I feel great, and I love that you guys are here, and we're powering through. But we are halfway through a 3-hour show of BF Live right here. 3 hours of live content I like to provide you every day right here on BF Live. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to this is where we do the piss break. Scott has the wallpaper going up already. So 2.5 minutes on the other side of the piss break. What are we going to get into? We're going to get into Cyke Labs. We'll see if we can get into some Perry talk, because I have a clip that I made from the members only show the other night. We got whack tracks. I have top 10 bad infomercials. I got stuff that looks cooler in slow motion. I got internet shite. I got all kind of stuff we can get to, but let's see how much of it we can get to and how long my voice lasts up to the 3 o'clock hour right after this, because right now, folks, I think I need a piss break. So I'll see you in 2.5 minutes on the other side for more fun right here on BF Live. Stick around and come on back.
I think I need a piss break. I'll do the pee-pee dance. I'll do the pee-pee dance. I'll do the pee-pee dance, pee-pee dance. Yeah. Think I need a piss break. I think I need a piss break. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I need a piss break. I do the pee-pee dance. I do the pee-pee dance. Yeah. I think I need a piss break. Oh, yeah. I'll do the pee-pee dance. Oh, watch me now. I'll do the pee-pee dance. Come on, give it to me, that pee-pee break. DJ, hook it up. Drop that beat. Yeah. I'll do the pee-pee dance. I think I need a piss break. I think I need a piss break. Yeah, yeah. Watch me now. Pee-pee breakdown, pee-pee breakdown. Break it down, pee-pee, yeah. Think I need a piss break. I think I need a piss break. I think I need a piss break. Oh, yeah. Wash your hands. Don't be gross. I know you touched your pee-pee.
I'm back from touching my PP, folks. Oh, and I still didn't change my fucking studio setting. Son of a bitch. Sorry I ruined some of the magic for you. I'm back in my neon room studio. How's everybody doing? Scott's not quite back yet from the piss break, but I am, and I see everybody's in the chat family. Let's catch up with some of these chats from earlier for when the news and stuff was going on. We had some people jump in I want to acknowledge. So let's see. Oh, hi-oh. Let's go up here. I have one starred. Terry Nee jumps in and says, can you do weather on the 8th? Weather on the one every minute. How about I do? What's up, Terry Nee? Cyke is getting the love from Brian Kowalczyk. Cyke Labs says, I did most of the stuff on the road we were talking about earlier with the BF Live Miserable News. I did most of that on the road and uploaded it at our hotel last night in Kentucky. Yeah, and I seen some of your posts kind of doxing you where you were checking in. I'm not going to say what state you were in. When I saw you post on Twitter X last night. BK is getting the love from Cyke. Let's see. Stacy Allen checked in. I saw you checked in earlier. Let me give this to you.
She's my cherry pie. I can't really sing this song.
You never will. Stacy Allen lets us know that it's also International Pencil Sharpener Day. Is that your sharp pencil? You're just happy to see me. How's it going? Hello. Stacy Allen, that is fun, says Space Nerd. Stacy Allen says to Space Nerd, I always celebrate it. MSIP says, I enjoy me a nice pink taco. And to that I say, yeah. I had to clear that up. Space Nerd says, I will sharpen some pencils today for you, Stacy Allen. Hey, can you sharpen my pencil, baby? Mike gets it, says Brian Kowalczyk. Brian is getting the laughs from MSIP. Space Nerd lets us know on Fruit Day that she ate strawberries already, so she is acknowledging Fruit Day in her way. Two Joint checks in and says, great show, Bobby and Scott. Thank you. That was nice, Scott. Always great hanging out with Scott and talking about shit and rapping with you guys. MSIP says, wait, hold on. Scott likes fruit? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you have my list of fruit I like is 0. I really don't eat fruit, but if you had to eat a fruit right now and somebody said you can have any fruit you want, what is the one you would go for the most, you think?
A peach.
A peach? Really?
Yeah, but it's got to be a firm peach, not no soft peach.
Now, I have an aversion to every fruit and vegetable, but I have a special aversion to peaches, Scott, because when I was younger, we had a peach tree, and I would climb that son of a bitch, and it would make me itchy. Peach fuzz. Oh, yeah. When you climb peach trees, that fuzz is all up in them, buddy. So that's kind of what I think when I think of peaches.
Yeah, we had several, but we had a variety of, I guess they call them dwarf fruit trees when I grew up. So I had a different one of everything, just about. Yeah, cherries and
crab apple trees.
Apples, yeah. I ate crab apples.
Pineapple, fellas. Yes, the swingers pineapple, maybe.
Not much for pineapple though.
Ooh.
Hello, Frisco.
Fruits have food-bearing seeds is the distinction that Gimme Bezos wants to point out. So tomatoes have the little seeds in them, so I guess that makes them more of a fruit than a vegetable. Thank you, Gimme Bezos. Two Joint says, Brian, pineapples are perfect for making bongs. Is that right? I thought you might say something else with that. Let me see.
We were making pipe out of an apple a couple of times.
I never did the apple pipe. I did the gravity bong where we cut like a milk We cut up the
2
milk,
liter or something.
cut the gallon milk thing in half, and then you draw it.
Right.
Use the water to draw it, and then you do that. Like I did that before.
Yep.
Durian is the worst fruit.
I
Says
was going to say
MSIP.
that, but I didn't know if anybody would know what I was talking about.
Wow. What is a durian? I've never heard of a durian.
I learned it on one of them eating show. One of them guys that go around try to eat gross stuff. But it's supposed to be the fruit. It's supposed to be a disgusting fruit, but it smells like farts. But I mean, really strong. To where it's
I've never seen
really
this.
gross.
Here's one right here.
Yeah.
Here's a durian. Wow. There's a picture of it right there, buddy. It looks like it looks like a cross between it looks like it's round like a coconut, but it has the spikes of a pineapple on it.
You know, whenever I never ate a durian, I don't know what but the looks of the texture of it inside. Whenever I ate that avocado, that was what in my mind. It's what the durian fruit, the consistency, the texture of it would be like.
Check this out. Here's a
stink.
Here's the inside, buddy. You were talking about. Look at that.
Yeah, it looks like
it almost looks like a seed, like a giant seed, if you will. There's a durian. Look, learning too much stuff here today on BF Live. My head's going to explode. But don't worry, folks. I don't hold a test. You don't have to retain any of this. Durian is absolutely offensive in smell, says Two Joints. Excuse me. Burp. Dalmatians are dicks. Scott is eating pizza. Scott's having a snack. Dalmatians are dicks, says Terry Nee. Damn. Sounds like you know, huh? Sounds like he knows something. We don't, buddy.
Yep.
All right. MSIP says, we going to see if Bob Levy can withstand eating a durian fruit. It could make for great content. I didn't say it. MSIP came up with the idea. Two Joints says, pumpkin spice is offensive, and I'm offended. Stacey Allen checks in and she says, F pumpkin spice. Two Joints says, you know it. Stacey, you know it. F pumpkin spice tastes Two Joints. MSIP says, anything related to Halloween, I automatically think about Richard Christie. Hey, pumpkin spice is my favorite, Scott. Halloween's my favorite. Haunted houses are my favorite. Everything is my favorite.
You see the way he took Beetlejuice to a haunted house?
Trying to remember that. It seems like I remember that kind of thing happening, but I can't say I remember.
Beetlejuice about had a heart attack in there.
Legit heart attack. I do have like a vision of Beetlejuice kind of being pushed through it or being kind of coaxed and having to be told that everything was okay. Two Joints, I hope you got one because he says I need a piss break. Yeah, he was singing the song by the lovely DJ Electra. Send in the clones, says Brutal Pain. Ripe but firm. Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Tile like my ladies. Yeah. Millions of peaches for me. Millions of peaches for free. Presidents of the United States of America. Let's see. Space Nerd says, going to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, I'm gonna eat me a lot of peaches. Moving to the country.
You remember the name of that band?
Yeah, the Presidents of the United States.
I always thought that was the worst name for a band.
It's like they didn't have one, and they're guys, we need a name for you. I don't know. Call us the Presidents of the United States of America. I don't know. Yeah, it didn't sound like much effort went into it. Peaches come from a can. They were put there by a man in a factory downtown. Peaches, 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 peaches. Love you, peaches. Peaches, 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 peaches from a can. They were put there by a man. See, we're already in a factory downtown. They're already singing it, Scott. Everybody's singing it. Look, in a factory downtown.
Catchy song.
Sun-soaking bulges in the shade. Moving to durians, think like hell. I'm going to eat a lot of you. A durian. BF, if you ever get a chance to check out PCL Durian stream, he ends up microwaving one.
Oh, I think I remember something about that.
I can't say that's coming to mind right now, but I will definitely look into it and check it out on your recommendation. Mat-a-tat-tat for sure, buddy. Whoa. You remember that, Scott?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm getting a false memory, but I think he just jogged a little memory about there being a durian fruit. Durian.
Papaya was when ripened perfectly. Cherry Nee likes his fruit. Brutal Pains are getting the bones up love from our friend Matt. Indians love durian fruit. I don't get why. Maybe because it was there and it was convenient, right? Their culture learned to adapt to it. Bones up, Matt, from BP. The BS show, says Space Nerd. Cyke Clyde says, if Bob can get baby fed, baby bird chew food by Gina, he can do anything. That was gross. And I think I showed that like a couple weeks ago here. True Cyke from Space Nerd. Beetlejuice wasn't scared to go in that house until he got there. I know. He talked all this shit. I ain't scared of that motherfucker. I know that shit is phony. And then as soon as he got there, Scott, he fucking... That's not what I was really going for, but thank you. I was going for this.
I ain't no fucking punk.
Apparently
Talking all that shit. Saying things about me. Oh, I got dirty pop. I got dirty popping on me. I got dirty pampers on me. I shit on myself. He told every story. I had dirty pampers on me.
Yeah, he did. There you go. Gina is baby birding Bob. Brian, you had not seen that yet, buddy. That I don't know if I can pull that up on the quick, buddy. But yeah, Gina baby birded Bob on one of his Levy lands or something on the Levy verse. It was
I'd rather eat a worm than have someone baby bird me. Except I won't drink after my kids or nobody. I don't like that swap. I don't know that someone else's spit just grosses me out.
Oh yeah, bro. It is gross, even if it's your wife.
Yeah. Maybe when the pussy's new, but
exactly. Wow. Let's see. Let me type in baby bird. I don't know if I typed that baby bird or not. No. I can't really find it, pull it up on the live fly, but yeah, that happened. When they went to a prison, that was awesome, says Cyke. She did BK on Miserable Man on Patreon days. LOL. Brian's mind is blown. That's love, I think. It's on my channel, BK. It was Leonard's first drinking stream. Maybe that's where I'm thinking about it, Clyde Cyke. He even flapped his arms like the baby bird. That's what I'm recalling, buddy, is then you provided it and we showed it a couple weeks ago. That was probably the most disgusting episode of all time. Let me jump on Cyke Clyde. I don't know if I can find that. We find the link for that there, Cyke Clyde. That's going back a little bit. Cyke Clyde videos. Let's see. My boy, you put so much shit on here. Let me see. What was that? It's a call. Do you remember the name of it, Cyke? Or if you can send me the link, buddy. I'll play it. I'm trying to find it on the fly live. Baby bird. I got Joey C. I got all kinds of stuff. We'll see if maybe Cyke Clyde can find that link faster than I can on the live. Let's see. I got Leonard. It's Bob from Out of the Coffin. Oh shit. Too much content on here. You got to go over to Cyke Labs and see all this content over here. I was digging on this page yesterday and looking for some classic shit to play. Holy moly. I'm still out to the bottom of it, Scott.
He said he's going to find it and send it to you.
Good, buddy. Thank you. Thanks for stopping me from looking at it. And thank you for the assist there, Cyke Clyde. I'll show you the baby bird as soon as he sends that to me. But first, I'm going to let you know that Donkey Kongington checked in and says, Hoya, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, Donkey, I think you were made a member when you were not here. So there you go. You are a member of BF Live now. Welcome, buddy. I'll find it and drop it in Discord, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate that. When they sent Perry, Sir Strumming was bad too.
Oh, yeah.
Here, BF. Thank you. That's right. Let me go here. Let me go into my feed because Stacy she's got a link. Oop. Wow. Stacy beat you to it there, Cyke Clyde. Okay, so for those who've never seen it before, yes, this all ties into like the grossness that was happening. People doing gross things and putting gross things in their mouth. And some of you might know that this guy, Leonard from Long Island, he was a challenge that if he wanted to be part of the Miserable Men show, he had to drink his own brand, if you know what I mean. So with all of that, somehow this whole thing with Gina baby birding Bob some chewed up pizza occurred. And Stacy has provided me the link right here. So I'm going to play it for you right now. It's going to be gross. It's going to be funny, but it's what we like here. So let's check it out. Right here, once again, compliments of Cyke Labs. I think this leads to the baby birding, right, Stacy? Hopefully, I'm saying.
I'm shaking right now. I'm shaking. I'm crying and I'm shaking. I feel like every woman I married.
I guarantee you, Gina can make $5,000 a week doing
this
that.
was what my man. This
Yeah,
was after
in
the
that
fact,
same
right? Let's see,
outfit,
'cause-
too.
There we go.
In that same outfit.
All right, had to go back, Stacey, because sometimes those URL timestamp from this current position they jump a little bit. But here you go, I found it. Now you're going to actually see the baby bird. That was the reaction to the baby bird. But yes, Gina Levy, the lovely Gina Levy, is going to baby bird feed Bob Levy some food.
Fresh. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw up.
No, don't. Wait till you eat your
Yeah,
baby
wait till you're
bird.
prepared. Not that much.
Wait till
All
you
I'm
eat
saying.
some baby
Not
bird.
that much. Yeah.
Here you go, folks. Ready or not, here comes Gina into the shot.
Oh my God. Lenny, we're there you
Oh,
go. Excellent.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna go back 5 seconds. I got to get that shot of Gina doing the bird.
Oh my God. Lenny, there you go.
Here comes Gina in. She is chewing the pizza, Scott. She's ready to baby bird, buddy.
Yeah, excellent.
Bob, flap like the
They want Bob to flap like
a
a bird.
Yeah.
No. Oh.
Empty. Here comes the juice.
Oh my God! Slow it down, Bob. Slow it down. You got it now. Oh, wow. Oh my God.
I think I hurt my wing.
That was really
My wing.
I mean, really
Great.
tough.
Mark Burns.
That's way tougher
The guy
than
over
Lenny.
here in the
Lenny's-
red. Great guy, great
Shaking
laugh,
right
man.
now.
Mark
Shaking.
Burns.
I'm crying and I'm shaking. I feel like every
Mike is
woman I
losing his
married.
shit.
I guarantee you, Gina can make $5,000 a week doing that for people.
Yeah, in that same outfit too. In that same outfit.
Oh,
Brian says, "Fucking Christ, man."
Come into the room, please.
So there you go. I'll pause it for you, folks. There's the gross part of it. So yeah, Mike, Scott, you remember Mike always showing up with this tux, right?
Yeah. Of course.
He showed up when he thought that what's his name? Brent. He thought that Brent died from COVID and wasn't going to show up for the show anymore. And so
ceremonies have things.
Yes, anytime there was something to celebrate, somebody being kicked off the show or possibly dying or something, Mike would celebrate it like an asshole he is by wearing a full man's tux right there. Let's see what everybody's saying about this. I know it's going to get it going. We got some laughs from two joints. Oh, we can get it up there. We have, is Mike Morse wearing a jigsaw outfit? That's kind of why I answered that question. He literally wore a tux because he was celebrating the fact that maybe Brent was going to get sick and have COVID and never do the show again. Brutal Pain is laughing his ass off. MSIP says, I was wondering about the suit. Jerry Lahane says it's too funny. MSIP says, ooh, which is appropriate. Brian Kowalczyk, Scott says, fucking Christ, man.
Yeah.
Jerry Lahane says, awesome timing. Mike's laugh, every time gets Space Nerd. LOL, that's great, says Ding Dong. Thank you, Cyke, and the teamwork for Cyke Labs for making that, and Stacy for kicking it to me real quick. Thank you, guys. These days were the best. JFC. I love going through all the miserable men for y'all. That's what it sounds like when Mike is laughing for real, says Donkey Kongington. And Space Nerd says, yep. So there you go. Look, we got an Audible there. Thank you for the help, the assist on the Audible, guys. I think I was kind of in the middle of doing the National Day. Hey, I'm all over the place, Scott. Not sure where I was, buddy. We were doing the National Day calendar. That's why I like to check shit off. I think we just got through that and we started talking about this other fun stuff. Brutal Pain says, well, now I'm bricked up. There you go. All right. All right. LOL BP and Hoya Donkey and Hoya BP. Brutal Pain from Mrs. Cyke Ding Dong, Mrs. Cyke Clyde Ding Dong, all of those names. Too many names to keep. Okay, so we did all that stuff. We did the national calendar check. We're coming up on 2 o'clock right here on the East Coast of the United States. That means 2 of the 3 hours of live content have already gone by, but we still have a fun hour to do. So why don't we do this, y'all? We're having so much fun with Cyke Labs stuff, and he was part of the miserable news history moment. So I guess there's no other thing that we should be doing right now, but Cyke Labs.
Cyke. Cyke.
That's right. It's that time in BF Live. Well, I get the privilege. I had the privilege of playing some Cyke Labs content, but now I get to do a dedicated feature of some of this awesome, cool stuff that no one can keep up with. I could never possibly pay all of it live here on BF Live. I could do a show now at this point and play all Cyke Lab content, and it would be the entire show. So I caution and I will advise everyone, go over at your leisure after BF Live, of course, click on that link, subscribe to Cyke Labs, and watch all of this stuff at length at your leisure. But I'm going to give you a taste of it right here on BF Live. And I went back digging, Cyke, because it has occurred to me, buddy, that your page is quite full, and I think sometimes we rush past some of these gems a little too quickly because we're doing our thing here on BF Live. So let's put our foot on the. We're doing it, yeah, Scott. You know it. Thank you, buddy. Whoop! I tried to hit it.
We're doing it.
Fuck yeah, and we're doing it because Space Nerd lets us know that she's heading out to take care of some stuff. And see you later. Thanks, BF Live. Thank you, Nerd, for checking in. Cyke. Matt is having fun with the Cyke emojis, and you can too. Cyke Lab is an integral part of BF Live. So I'm going to show you this now. We're going to take you back. I mean, bro, we've only been doing this segment for a couple of months, but you've been putting out so much content that we're at the point now where we're kind of getting into some of your classic stuff. So let's go back and relive this one because this one went good. This was Stuttering John Leahy's Liquor Stories.
No, well, don't make a face like that because you're off fucking. Cyke's my friend.
Cognac, just like it sounds, cognac. It has, you doing too much cognac and you'll be just like fucking Jim Leahy when I tried to blow up downtown Dartmouth when they had the ISIS bombs all around me. He grabbed those corporate Manny Cormier, was Zavie's probably calling. He set up outside the walls of Ferris because he didn't want to pay taxes. And he made the most delicious drink. And guess who loved us? Guess who loved us? And cognac. Yep. Napoleon Cellar Hands, but Napoleon Bonaparte loved.
Sounds like Bob talking.
As a matter of fact, he used to feed it to all his troops. That's why they fought and lost the Battle of Waterloo. I'd fucking did a little research, but here he is. Battles with the cannon to the right of them, cannon to the left of them, volleyed and thundered. Theirs was not to make reply. Theirs was but to do and die. Into the valley of death rode the 600. Oh, for God's sake.
Taking you back to some classic Cyke Labs. Stuttering John Leahy's Liquor Stories. I like that one because the face went so much good and the voice. I mean, you can picture John being this guy when he gets older, Scott.
Yep. Ascot hanging on half off his neck.
Yeah. Accent on the ass. Strikes me as someone with better IMDb credits than Stuttering John. Yep. Beautiful work, Cyke. This is too funny, says MSIP. And RIP Leahy. I know there are a lot of people that loved him. RIP, says Cyke. So there you go, Cyke. Like I told you, we're at the point now where Cyke has been putting out so much stuff. This is basically a classic from Cyke Labs. So I wanted to feature that. I don't want to overlook so much of the fun, cool stuff that Cyke has already done. And, you know, I know Cyke Labs as Perry Chat Family. We got Matt in here. We got Brutal Pain up in here. We got lots of PCL Chat Family up in here. And going back and looking for greatest hits, I said, I need to make one of them include Perry Caravello, since we're such a Perry heavy crew here. So let's go back and look as Bob Levy as Perry Caravello. Essentially now a classic Cyke Labs content bit right here on BF Live. Go back. There we go.
No, well, don't make a face like that because you're off fucking. Cyke's my friend. Oh, God.
This is when Bob Levy / Perry finds the pizzas that were hidden months before in the credenza.
What the motherfucker? Oh, son of a bitch. Hey, motherfucker. Hey, motherfucker. Are you still there, motherfucker? Yeah, motherfucker. Look at this goddamn motherfucker. He'd never again land in my home. Yo, motherfucker.
Are you talking to me?
Yo, and here I'm motherfucker. So look at this shit.
What is that?
My fucking penis has been in my pore for ages. Motherfuckers.
Wait, can I see that close up? What is that?
That is, for those that didn't keep up with this, Scott, remember that's a pizza, right? That's a frozen pizza.
Yeah, it's like a hairy pizza now. It's a
Yeah,
hair on it.
they hid those, and they were gone for a month. I think they did it on the New Year's stream, and Perry found them many months later. Moldy ass pizza, as MSIP says, in frozen. Yeah, it's in this wrapper. He found it in the credenza while he's looking for shirts.
But the pizza now shit.
What can it? Where did you find that?
In my drawer underneath shirts.
Why do you keep pizzas in your drawer?
I don't keep pizzas in my.
Wait. Can I see it? Wait, please.
I can't get in track with this fucking thing, and I got so out nice.
See it?
Because if my apartment stinks.
Wait, can I see it, please?
Can you not? You fucking dead wind up son of a bitch.
Look, can you take?
Never get him out of my.
Hold on, wait. Before you dart away, can you?
Stop it up your fucking ass. That's it, poison.
Can you take a picture of it before you throw it away? Just place it down on the chair. Can you take a good detailed picture of it?
I'd like to see Perry watch this.
Yeah, that would be a good one because we have seen Bob watch some of these, but we haven't seen Perry watch them. That would be good, Scott.
I would keep a pizza in my drawer. It wasn't a freezer, stooge.
Well, who put it there?
And we all knew this was going to happen. We couldn't wait for this to happen.
Fucking friend. What do you think, stooge?
How do you know?
What do you mean, how do I know he's a fucking alien?
Wait, before you...
Never allowed to browse like that.
Wait, come here. Before you dart away, come here. One...
Never allowed to buy up again.
Okay, sit down. Can you sit...
What will I over there? The extra the keep continuing.
Can you sit down 1 second, please? Just 1 second with that. Okay, I just want to talk. I just want to ask you a question. All right. Can you possibly save that pizza for Wednesday for when we do Cooking with Perry and Tony?
Yeah. Just 6 out of next.
Okay, because he's coming over on...
Not coming up. I'm fucking flooded out, but if I save it, I fucking
put him in the hospital.
Yo, son of a bitch!
Okay, well, you really shouldn't keep pizza in your drawer like that. It's all.
No, fuck yourself. Get off my goddamn computer, you fuck.
And there you have it. What is now a classic Cyke Labs face and voice swap. Bob Levy as Perry Caravello. Oh my goodness, so much fun shit. All right, well, I know you like that shit, huh, Scott?
Yeah, that's probably my favorite one, but my favorite out
there. It literally occurred to me last night. I'm like, you know what? I'm spoiled that Cyke Labs puts new stuff in my box every day. Content, you dirty people. Puts content in my mailbox, okay? And so I was digging deeper on his page yesterday, and I said, man, Cyke, he's going so fast, he doesn't even realize that he's already done so much cool shit. Let me slow the roll a little bit and kind of go back and rewind a little bit and show some of basically Cyke's classics and greatest hits at this point. Maybe that'll be a segment, classic Cyke bits. But let me take a commercial break, and then we'll come back right after these messages with more Cyke Labs content.
Pride for me is not being ashamed of being gay anymore. Delta supports everyone of every group, whether you're gay, whether you're straight.
I started in the women's uniform. I didn't feel like it was me. Once I made the switch to the men's uniform, I can't even describe how I feel and how it helps me feel confident in who I am. Every day when a male flight attendant meets me and I'm wearing my vest and my tie,
I look more butch in that
hey,
costume.
Twin, like that.
I'm a little upset because you look better than I do in the male uniform.
Hey, twin. That's Cyke's favorite line. He wants me to say. Hey, twin. How you doing? I just didn't feel like myself in the ladies' uniform. I felt so much better when they put me in the men's uniform. I felt more like myself, Scott. Scott, what are you doing over there?
Popping my knees. Over there? My knees hurt. I got
okay.
Around.
I thought you were uniforming up over there. I thought I saw you changing your clothes there for a second. This is one of my favorite ding dong. Mrs. Cyke says, we love you the same, BF, whether you're pitching or catching, LOL. Hey, well, thank you very much. I'm glad you don't judge here. Chris, I lost my mug, Abels. Yeah, it's gotten away from the whole mug thing. That's why I had to come up. If there's no mug, you must chug, Brutal Pain. You see what he's up to. MSI Piece is saying yes to donks. And Cyke Clyde is laughing at BP. All right, well, why don't we get back to some more regular Cyke content now that we do some commercial messages right here. And let me play you this next piece of cool Cyke Labs content. And of course, always making our way up to the newest, latest, and greatest piece of content from Cyke Labs. But here we go First, a little political message right here. I had to help my boy Basil.
Yes, this is BasilMarceau.com. Be running candidate for governor of Tennessee.
And first, I'm a gay flight attendant, and now I'm Basil's wife.
They have to suffice for you.
BasilMarceau.com is the name with the solution. You put in the best to check out the right complex, your constitution. BasilMarceau.com is the man with the law, and you can base your breather to fight or your cough. So this is my friend very close to what I have to say. And be there at the polls on the next voting day. BasilMarceau.com is the name with the solution. You're in the best to check out the best to make your constitution. Write him in.
Write him in. That's right. Yeah, Brutal Pain says, I swear he looks that's Randy Callahan. You like Randy Callahan, don't you, Barry? You would wish it was.
Shut the fuck up.
You miss him. You know you do. And yeah, Scott, last night I was up to the end of the stream. It ended after 2 a.m. East, buddy. And I was in the chat till the last. And and yeah, like Tom has now BF spitting bars. Mrs. Marceau was spitting bars right there. Yeah, I watched it to the end now. And, you know, a lot of times people say they're like engraving, like digging stuff into Perry's car and attacking the Corolla. Yeah. And Tom has to always stop him from going out and checking it.
Right.
Well, finally, the timing is working out in such a way that now Tom is ending the show like that on purpose, bro. So it ends with a threat of the car being messed with, and Perry goes, "That's it, I'm out of here." And so Tom just starts rolling the music, and now we watch Perry like unlocking and locking his doors and making his way out to his car to check out the piece of shit Corolla.
Checking his paint.
Checking the paint, checking everything on that 92 piece of total shit Corolla. It's a piece of shit, Perry.
Shut the fuck up.
You spend too much money on it. It's a $2,000 handle on a $200 car, bro. What are you doing, man?
Is he still got his race car bed?
No, something happened. Something must have happened when I wasn't watching one night, Scott. But I heard comments, maybe a Cyke or some of BP could tell us. But now you don't see the race car bed in the background. And I saw Psychosocial saying that those bugs don't have a bed to sleep in no more. So I must have missed the part of Perry Live. You know, they do 6-hour shows. So I must have missed the part where he interacted or fucked up Bob's race car bed. So maybe I want my friends to let us know that. It's never messed with, but he still goes every time. I know, Brutal Pain. It's great. And Tom had to tell him the other night, Perry, how many times when you went out there, he has to explain the logic to him, Scott. How many times did you gone out there and nothing's been going on? And it gets through sometimes, but all it takes is one more message, buddy.
I think last night when I was watching a little bit, somebody called and said that made a threat or said they did something to the car. And right away he said, no, you didn't because of this, that. And then 2 sentences later, he's just talking himself into maybe I need to go check out the car.
Right. And with the digital voice, when they do the media shares and all, and when it's something negative, you know, he chooses not to believe it. But if it's a lady coming on to him or being positive with the same voice, then all of a sudden he loves the robot voice or whatever. He's so funny. Dream Man lets us know that $2,500 he could have bought a new car. Exactly, bro. He's spending all that California money keeping that thing smogged. They call it smogged when it has to be emissions tested or whatever and be, certified. But yeah, he could have certainly bought another car for that money. Tom's been trying to tell him, but he ain't giving up on it. Cyke Clyde says, Perry, if I see that paint job on my car, I'll take your thumbs off. Who did it? He deflated it, Testicle Tiger said, and he kept it. Oh, did he, Cyke? I didn't see the interaction where I thought, if anything, he probably stabbed it or went raged on it, Scott, and threw it away.
I didn't realize it was a blow-up bed. I thought it was.
You thought it was a real bed, huh?
Yeah.
It's basically a pool float with an attitude, I think it is. It's the blow-up bed. All right, but we're not done with Cyke Labs content. Like I said, he's kicking it out so fast, even on vacation. Much appreciation to Scott Labs. Why don't we show you a little Bob Levy Kung Fu fighting?
Back to date, buddy. Oh.
I think it messed up.
Hold up. It's playing a song now, right?
I think he called it Scott Labs, too.
I called it Scott Labs? Holy shit,
so.
Scott. I've been on the air too long, buddy. I'm sorry. All right, let's reframe. Let's start it over. This is not Scott Labs. Scott is my friend. This is Cyke Labs with Bob Levy doing a little Kung Fu fighting. Thanks for being here, Scott, and keep me straight.
So what's up, guys? Tuturuan ko kayo bago mag-karate.
Sorry, Cyke Clyde. I say a lot of words during the day, buddy.
Oh, God. Sipa. Oh, anong talent?
Thank you, Scott.
Sono talent dire da un calo drovi. Oh, oui. Et doe zo nog, doe dat nog. I know. Oh.
You fucking up that wall.
Immediatamente abreu. Oh.
Like I said, my favorite part is the reverse worm. I respect it.
Oh,
Oh yeah, there you go. Little Bob Levy. Oh, you see my hip hop coming through, my Sugar Hill Gang. Look out. There you go. All right. I got more for you. Let's take a little matter of fact, I think I got a new one. Once again, I can't keep up with everything you're sending me, Cyke, but I think I sent one to myself that you sent me. But here's let's take a little musical interlude break from one of the greatest hits of Mike Morse during Cyke Labs.
Go ahead.
Robin's head is bobbing on the cock of a comedian. Jim Florentine is who I mean. Robin's tongue is swabbing, Jimmy's sweaty and enormous sack. She'll soon attack the whole hack pack. Robin's head is bobbing on the cock of a comedian. Jim Florentine is who I mean.
Bring it home.
Robin's tongue is swabbing, Jimmy's sweaty and enormous sack. She'll soon attack the whole hack pack. Robin's head is bobbing on the cock of a comedian.
There's no reason for that kind of attack on my friend Jim. Okay?
That's Jim Norton in the background.
Says these listeners are just out of control.
Mike Moore's Robin is bobbing in the cock of the comedian right here at WBFL. Dream Man likes it and says, ha, ha, ha. It's Perry's favorite song.
Shut the fuck up.
I didn't say it. Brutal said it. All right. Let's get on some other fun stuff here on BF Live. Got some great Cyke Labs content I'm sharing with you right here. All right. Here's one. And then, of course, I got a couple of them for you. Here we go. Here we got Silky now. I think I premiered this one yesterday. I was supposed to show it Friday, but if you like Chris Abels, here's some more. Here's Silky Chris Abels. This is Chris Abels when we're not doing replayables, y'all. This is a little bit behind the scenes exclusive footage that Cyke found of Chris Abels. Here we go. Watch this. Here we go.
Whoa!
Go, little Chris.
That show up. I don't know if you girls are you know the other one that I did is back then and there's strike day but need to go to
This is what I see him doing when we're not doing the show. I'm like, Chris, we got to do a show, bro. And this is the kind of shit that he's doing. You know who that is, BP. Cooking on his car wheel grill. That's ghetto fabulous, bro. And there you have it. Little Chris Abels. Midget Chris Abels. This is kind of the shit we're doing. Shit, this little dude is a good time. Clyde Cyke says, you know it's not Chris because that guy actually is drinking. Ooh, shots fired. I heard that one. Let's see. We got that little baby kick is laughing. We got the ha ha ha. We got the Perry's favorite song from earlier. Widow Killer says, I thought Perry's favorite song was Randy by Barry Manilow.
Shut the fuck up.
I didn't say it. Widow Killer said it. But you came and gave without taking. But I sent you away, oh Randy.
Shut the fuck up.
Nope. Let's see. Randy, you're a fine boy. What a good husband you would be.
Shut the fuck up.
It's Dream Man. It's these guys. It ain't me. Let's see. Shit, this little dude's having a good time. We got that about Abels. Cyke, you're fucking hilarious, brother. That is a perfect mini Chris Abels.
Chris fucking Abels?
A friend of Chris Abel's, I guess a friend, Angry Iguana checks in and says, I could whiz on that Abel's. That's right, Angry Iguana. He is small enough that you could probably actually have a shot at pissing on little Chris Abel's, other than you getting pissed on by Chris Abel's.
Chris fucking Abel?
Yep. Thanks, buddy. That one was all my girl, says Cyke Clyde. See? Balls Deep checks in. Hey, man, it's been a couple weeks, buddy. How you been, Balls Deep? I'm a little hoarse today, but I feel like Bob. I'm just Bob. But I sound like a horse. Deep. Balls Deep checking in. How you doing, buddy? Checking in. We're just in the middle of a Cyke Labs content segment right here on BF Live. Really, teamwork makes the dream work, says MSIP. That's why I always say, I kind of got the mental picture of what goes on there in Cyke Labs. They're a cool, fun couple. I'm sure I could get the feeling that she supports him in making all these clips, and she kind of pitches in and kind of does her own thing, and that's what I love about those guys. All right, so let me play you one more. I have at least one, maybe two more pieces of Cyke Labs content. Let me get the one I had queued up for you, if I find it again. Let's have some fun here. All right, I think it was, okay. And then I do have another piece I'm going to find while I play this one. We got a little revisit from our friend, little Bob Chichu, if you will. Cyke Labs, not Scott Labs. Cyke Labs, right here on BF Live.
Yo, tráeme el paldero de barro, te voy a hacer un arroz y tráeme más alta de sal para echarle sal al arroz por acá que te duele verano.
Oh, got his voice. And there you go. There's another piece right there. Cyke Labs. All right, let me go, because I know I'm doing the best I can keeping up with all the Cyke Labs content, but let me go here. You can do exactly what I'm doing, folks. I'm on the Cyke Labs page right here on YouTube, and I'm going to make sure I have the latest and greatest from my friends Cyke Labs. Oh, I wanted to play this song. This one, I think I wanted to play this song, maybe two. Like I said, I can't keep up with it, and neither can you, and I challenge you to go to Cyke Labs at your leisure after BF Live, after clicking on and subscribing to Cyke Labs, and watch and laugh at this shit on your own, guys. You will not be disappointed, and you will walk away laughing. Check this out. Here's a little more Mike Morse, a little musical moment from the talented Mike Morse.
Knew that you guys were at the show and did this song in honor of you guys, Raven, please. Beautiful, beautiful.
That's right. Mike Morse, the musical parody genius, with a little hump right here on BF Live. Like I said, I think that was the last kind of thing that I saw coming out of Cyke Labs content. So there was a couple. Whoa! There was a live on-air fart, lest anyone think that I hit the fart button. Sound a little juicy there, Scott. Sound a little busy. I don't know. That might be a drawer checker after this. Well, I don't know when you're going to. You guys are welcome. See what Scott does for you guys. He gives you the real, authentic farts right here on BF Live. He is the prop master. He is the fart master. But that was the end of that segment. Cyke Labs.
Psych.
You to my bro who's on vacation, but you would barely know it. Cyke motherfucking Labs. Thank you, Cyke, Mr. and Mrs. Cyke Clyde, Ding Dong, all of that. Love you guys. And that was an awesome segment. Whoa. And we got, by the way, that Cyke link keeps crashing my phone. RIP. Really, does it? I don't know what that's all about. That was wet about that fart, says Dream Man. Mike Moore struck me as a guy that has put up some numbers. Maybe with the ladies. I don't know. Where the hose at, Scott? All in your dros? Where the hose? All in them dros. It worked for me, but I don't know. The link is working for others. Who's wet? LOL, says Brutal Pain. Yes, BK. Could be just my phone, says Dream Man. Have you tried walking out of the room and walking back in with it? Oh, did you try to turn the power off and reset it? Sometimes I hear that works sometimes. Yes.
5 seconds in a microwave. Maybe.
Yeah. 5 seconds in a microwave. That also helps. We learned that on PCL, didn't we? We learned that.
Not too long.
Lick it from corner to corner. And then you put it in the microwave for 5 minutes. That's what we learned on Perry Caravella Live. And Ding Dong is having a lot of fun with the Cyke and the heart emojis. All right. Well, we're having fun here on BF Live. It's 19 minutes after the 2 o'clock hour, 19 minutes into the third hour of 3 hours of live content right here on BF Live.
Hey, Patrick. I just want to reach out to you because I ain't gonna motherfucking tell you all the motherfucking people that's been hitting me up on my Instagram. But I'm going to make this damn video, okay? I know you're trying to run your damn YouTube show over there, you know what I'm saying? But you cannot be using my name, my images, my IA generated voices to make fucking money without my fucking permission. Are you going to give me some of that motherfucking cheese? I understand that you're using my voice, my pictures, my shit, whatever, to make money. And hey, I ain't knocking your motherfucking hustle. But bitch, I need my motherfucking cut. It is not okay, baby, because all I have to do is tell YouTube that you are doing illegally and you do not have my permission to do a damn thing, okay? A damn thing, okay? So I need my percentage, you know what I'm saying, of your nobody likes onions on YouTube. I'm going to make a video and tell everybody to go report the page if you keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, shit. You know who that is, Scott?
No, I was trying to tell if is this real or is it just trying to act like something?
That is Honey Boo Boo's mother. That's Mama June. That's Big Mama June. And Mama June and some other celebrities are not exactly happy about their name and likeness being used. Her IA, as she said. You cannot use my IA. Cyke knows who it was. She's got Janino Chen. Hey, I got Janino Chen. Big baby bitch boy. That's right. Cyke knows what's up. Yeah, so that's Mama June. That's Honey Boo Boo's mother. She lost a lot of weight since we probably saw her on the show, Scott. We used to see her much bigger.
Yeah, it was way different when I remember.
But we've learned from like even using like these AI music services, buddy, that the music industry is suing the makers of these AI music services, saying that they used music companies' intellectual property in order to train the AI robots, buddy. So they're saying that's a copyright violation in itself. And I think a lot of this stuff is still unsettled yet, buddy. What do you got to say about this?
I don't really like it. I don't like the for me, I could see, I mean, I see some why it's fun for some people and there's good uses for it and everything. But for me, it's the beginning of the end of the human doing the art from beginning, the human element.
Oh, well, you're not wrong. Or as far as you and I, Scott, coming up for different generations, because there are certain things that we didn't have to question, right? You didn't question things that you saw on film or that were before your eyes, but now things that we grew up with, now we can't even trust them anymore. Like seeing a video that's right in front of your face, unless you saw it go down live, buddy. I'm not really going to trust it anymore either.
And think how it's going to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now.
Pretty sure mass reporting is against terms of service. I'm not sure, Dream Man. I can't say that I know. I mean, if you encourage, how are they going to trace it back to anybody if you mass report? I don't know. I mean, this is all like gamesmanship, I guess. It's just the music industry being little bitches, in my humble opinion. Well, I kind of think so too. And this kind of reminds me of the days where they didn't like, Napster, where Metallica was pissed off at Napster and all. It wasn't that they didn't like or respect the technology. It was the fact that they weren't in on it and making money on it, Scott, right?
Yeah. If they can find a way for the musicians to get, I don't know what
And this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out because, this AI, we see AI pop up on our shows and more in regular life every day, Scott. And now you got people like Mama June, who's quite serious. And I understand some others are out there that might have more aggressive agents that protect their image and likeness are going to be maybe pursuing some of these things. So I think that a lot of these cases are yet to be settled in court. And someone made the argument, buddy, that like they're using Aaron, for example. So let's say that this goes to court and that they are found that they are guilty of stealing Aaron's name, image, and likeness. They're going to have to repay him. So basically, this will be Steel Toe hitting the goal indirectly. You got his mugshot behind you.
Yeah,
Look at that. That's
yeah.
a face. I don't even know if Mama likes that one. Look at that. Widow's Peak. Holy shit, bro. Holy shit.
Get that
Yeah,
off
so so they're saying that if they're not careful about doing this and using people like a Toe and like that this could be an indirect win for the Toe if this ultimately goes to court one day because you have an actual record of how many times his name, image, and likeness was used in order to make money. So I think this is all yet to be settled. This is like the wild, wild west of the AI stuff. But I just kind of thought that was interesting. I love the message coming up.
For musicians,
world order.
For musicians, it's you think how it was in the 70s or before. The ways you can make money. You get the contract, you get money from going on tours, pictures in magazines. They got paid for the pictures, but then everybody had phones with cameras, so they didn't get paid for pictures no more, really. And you don't make the money on record contracts like you used to. All they do is make money on touring now, really. And now. And maybe you get a song on commercials or an opening for, and now they're kind of going to lose that too. There's not a lot of incentive for. You got to do it you got to be a musician for the love of the game now, not the money or the fame.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. The dynamic has changed so much from the days we grew up with music, where bands would get 2 and 3 album deals. They'd go out on tour, they'd get all their merch and stuff. Now they got to find a whole different way to get their music and information out there. Look at that forehead. Imagine that headbutt. Headbutt. And we talked about this. We talked about this Dream Man at lunch. Scott and I did that. If you're having a passionate conversation with someone like he claimed he was, and the kids were coming, and he would try to like pull her in, so we're not going to argue in front of the kids. Or meanwhile, I'm sure the kids knew on the other floors that they were arguing, right? But they're going to pull them in, not in front of the kids. Like me and Scott said, when you are face to face and nose to nose with someone, that the last thing you want is physical contact or have that person touching you or calming you down. So even if that was the bullshit excuse for headbutting her, it's bullshit.
Personal bubble. I guess when you're arguing, it's wise to stay out of the personal bubble.
Personal bubble, yeah. And that was his lame ass excuse for being physical with her when she was probably being mouthy with him, and he didn't like the things that were coming out of her mouth. It sounds like that.
Imagine the two of them. Imagine the two of them meeting foreheads though, of headbutts.
Oh my god!
A couple of mountain rams.
April might fuck him up though. Yeah, she might get stabbed with that Widow's Peak. He might like, dude, that's like Pecker. But yeah, she get him with that big forehead, boy. That 5-head she got. Look out. Cyke Labs says he has that crazy eye stare going on. Yeah, basically all the time. And you know what gets me about him, Scott? When he does his show, he stares at his monitor like a psycho. His monitor is like right between him and Matt, right? Yep. And so he'll stare rather than look at the guy that's literally right here. He'll stare at himself like a fucking psycho and talk to himself on the screen with a dude sitting right next to him.
Yep. Or he'll ask him a question, and you'll see his mind isn't really caring what he's saying. He's looking at the chat or see if there's got money sent to him, or he ain't really even listening to.
He's not. He's constantly on the phone looking for Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, gift certificates, gift cards, welfare state, anything. They make money on YouTube, and what now or what no now maybe I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. They're gonna I don't know. They whenever there's money to be made on somebody, there's going to be a lawsuit to be found. So I just kind of thought that was interesting and like that some of the other stuff that we were talking about. Well, we did. Let me check into this a little bit. I got a clip for you I want to share from the other night from the members only and shout out and respect. Why don't we go? We talked about Perry already a little bit. We got Perry, a Caravella Live chat family in the chat. So why don't we do it? I'll run my element and we will do a little Perry talk right here on BF Live. Let's do some of that. That's right. Bones Up in 666. Let's get into it a little bit. So I watched a little bit. I watched a good bit of it last night as I was prepping the show. I might be mentally in and out of it, but I was watching the Chinese feed of Perry Caravella Live, Scott. You know, Perry famously showed his ass, and now he's only available on Jim's Chinese PCL stream. So Perry's not happy about that because Jim is making all the money, getting all the love. Oh, well, this was from the 30th. Let me see. This is from the other night. Let's watch this one because I'll take you back a little bit. This is Perry wearing the hat for his China audience, and it says, "What will Perry chow down on tonight?" From the fans. They're telling you the super tip, stream elements, and all that stuff. But let's watch Perry enjoy one of these videos he always loves so much, these media shares.
Can I get you something to drink or eat?
Sure. I could definitely get into chowing down on something.
Not gay at all, right, Scott?
Something tells me food isn't what you're looking for.
My first and only choice is what's in those pants of yours.
He wants trousers.
Sounds like a line from a cheap porno.
Pull out that cock of yours and I'll get things happening.
This isn't allowed to be played on my stream.
Sure, come in here and chow down.
This is not allowed in China either.
Yeah, it is.
Remove it or I'll lose my stream again in China. Those guys are gay guys seeking to have me removed in wherever I am. It's disgusting. It's gross. It's a pornographic film. Those guys are going to do something gross. Forget it.
And finish it off with a punch right there. All right, there's my first clip I have for you. The little Perry talk we're doing right here. Oh, my God. You know how much he loves those gay videos. He was losing his shit. They had some new ones last night, and he was losing his shit, like yelling all through them. MSIP is laughing, which is good. Let's see. Oh, I showed this a couple weeks ago, but it's worth showing again. He's almost doing the fat guy in a little coat dance right here. Here's a little classic Perry Caravella Live clip right here. Check this one out.
Baby, I love you.
He's holding the watermelon.
Get here now.
The watermelon. With the rubber bands. Perfect timing. It broke when he was bear hugging it, bro.
What is it that broke?
So this was a viral watermelon trick from years ago, buddy. And what you do is you grab a little kind of watermelon, any size really, and you just keep putting rubber bands around it until it explodes on itself. It was an internet challenge. So he was hugging a tiny little baby watermelon that had hundreds and hundreds of rubber bands around it, and you put that last one on. You never know when it's going to explode, and so it exploded when he was hugging it. So I thought that was funny. All right. Let me show you a little, much like we have great people in our community, Scott. They have some great people in the Perry Caravella Live chat family community, like guys like this, Dio Brando. Look at this picture. Look at this. Dio Brando. Will Perry Caravello take a gay cruise from California to China? Find out on tonight's PCL. Dio Brando, shout out, buddy. He does some great pictures and stuff like this. There you go. That's big fat Perry laying out. And there was the ads letting you know that you could, there's one of my tweets letting you know that PCL was happening last night. Let's go up here now. Rappin' Randy just got some competition. Oh, yeah, I remember that. He did not like this one either. I think this is one of the ones he yelled through. Let's check this one out, Scott. Rappin' Randy competition right here on BF Live. Let's see what this is.
There's no violin on the track, bitch.
Uh-huh. Oh, this was fresh.
My
this slap.
Calling for my friend Mole. I'm gay, yes, a homo. I want in my mouth and maybe Mo. When I saw Randy, my pants hit the fucking flow. By now, you really should know how much I love it. In my mouth with man. I said turn it off now! My judgment goes out the window. Goodbye! Let's fucking go. Get this garbage off my screen! And snorting blow. That's when I knew I was a homo. I fucked around and got real gross. And sucking dicks was the path that I chose. I love it so much, I put it in my butthole. And on the credenza, it was a night to remember. Randy's love so tender made me throw out the Hooters calendar. He gave me some vouchers to open up those trousers. We messed around for hours, snorting coke, no downers. We made love. After I gave him a little tug, I'm moving to Florida and adopting a little pug. Then Jim and I are hitting up the gay club. I want men. I'll give them head. I'm gay. So let's bye. Get this off of my stream! Audiographs. The show is over.
See what they do? They try to say that I'm a rapper now by audiographing this garbage.
Not audiograph.
With my voice. It's not a song. It's not a music. It's a joke on me.
Hey, look who gets the show.
Scumbag, dirtbag piece of garbage.
Boom. There's a little Perry Caravello live right there. Little rap competition last night. All right, let me see what else I got for you from Perry Caravello Live. We're doing a little Perry talk right here in the middle of BF Live. All right, I got a couple more things. Oh, I got a couple more that I can show you right here. Oh boy. Well, we kind of saw this one. Let's go. There we go. This says a bag scam was averted. So let's see. He tried to say, let's see what he says about this bag scam right here. Perry Caravello Live, little PCL Perry talk right here on BF Live.
What I have in my shower is the only fucking shower head that stays on my shower.
Okay, so for those of you who don't watch, Scott, they've been teasing Perry, saying that there is an executive level of Perry Caravello Live where you can member up and you can be an executive and you can see him in the bathroom.
Yeah.
They talk about toilet cam. They talk about shower head cam. And I say the lens is foggy on your current shower head, Perry. You have to let Tom change it when he comes out there. Tom is going to go out there, I think, next week, and he's going to be live in the apartment. I think he's going to go on Operation Clean That Shithole, and he's threatening Perry that he's going to put like new cameras in the bathroom for the executive level. So that's what this is.
Right.
You fucking moron!
Hey Perry, I'm getting multiple reports that there's a bag scam going on.
Bag scam?
No,
Stupid shower head.
Save that for me when I get there. Can you open that? And
It's not allowed. It goes in the fucking trash.
Yeah, you know that's expensive.
It's Wi-Fi,
You
Perry.
take that out
I said it's a
and you show
Wi-Fi
it to the
shower head,
screen.
Scott.
Piece of shit. What I have in my shower is the only fucking shower head that stays on my shower. You fucking moron.
Okay, can you do me a favor and take that out of the plastic very carefully?
It's trash.
The camera's got to go in separate. Yeah, don't lose that. Don't lose that. Put it right. Put it right there.
Does
Yeah.
not go on my fucking shower. You son of a bitch, or I'm never streaming again. Do you understand me? I'm never streaming again. The fucking computer's gonna get shut off.
No, it's
not. You piece of shit.
So yeah, that's the tease, buddy. The executive level, we get to watch him pee, we get to watch him shower, and all that stuff. Cyke says we have so much fun over there. MSIP says I don't watch him due to my sleep schedule, but I'm sure I can change that. Yeah, buddy. I mean, you can watch these after the fact, and I'll let you know. Compliments to Perry Caravello Live for allowing us to kind of do this kind of segment and all. And I clip some of your stuff, so I will let everybody know that you can member up over there. You can be shop vac level for $4.99 a month, or you can be credenza level like myself, humble brag for $9.99 a month, and you can watch this stuff anytime you want to. MSIP. All right, let's get into another one, Scott. I think we got some more stuff to get into. I'm gonna see how that shower head works out. Let's see. All right, and then here we're gonna take you back with a little touching song from the days of Randy and Perry's love, right here on Perry Talk on BF Live. Let's listen to this song.
3, 2, 1, good night.
Love story about two men.
This is the one that he yells through a lot of shit, but he yelled a lot through this one.
Perry and Randy fell in love from the beginning of time. When I saw your name,
Get this off of my screen now! Get it off of the screen now! All right, turn the electricity off now! You understand me? Do you understand me? Turn it off now! Or all electricity goes off! 3, 2, 1, good night!
Sit down, Perry. Sit down right now. And now I'm playing it again.
Yep. We couldn't hear it the first time, Scott. So he just kept playing it over. He played it again. Yeah, dude, Perry wouldn't shut up, and everybody said, all right, so here's the last moment. This was like the moment of the night. You all seen where we had the half and half, we had the half beard, we had the half gray, half white, and then he shaved that off, and then he had the mustache and all that stuff. Well, now it's finally all coming off. So now we're going to get clean face Perry Caravello. This happened last night, and I was looking in on the executive level. I was using the bathroom cameras for this one. Check this out. What's that just going, Scott? The love machine. And we don't.
Look at all those women pictures behind him.
Scott, I love that, buddy, because all I gotta say, you have the power of observation where I'm kind of doing stuff. But I have noticed this when I watch it privately, buddy. Thank you for stopping me and pointing this out. Yes, look at all the calendar, honeys.
At his age, yeah.
That's fucking pervert. This looks like a fucking shithole gas station or a bar, a dive bar bathroom.
And I won't wait for nobody but you.
All those koala bears.
Koala bears.
On the going up and down the cabinet.
Once again, my boy. And is that nail polish remover? Wait a minute. Scott, I always appreciate, and I always tell you, power of observation. Koalas. Who even knew that Perry had little gay fucking koalas in his bathroom?
Shut the fuck up.
Well, Scott, noticed them, bro. Why do you let everybody see them? Holy shit. Great observation, Scott. Right here. And I think that's the most updated thing. We're at the top of the feed, so we'll wrap up this bit. That was today's Perry Talk on BF Live. All right, I trust and hope you're having fun at 2:40 here on the East Coast of the United States. We are 40 minutes into hour number 3 of 3 hours of BF live content. Now I'm going to cross streams. You're not supposed to do this. Oh, there you go. I'm going to cross stream, Scott, because we did Cyke Labs. All right with the piss. We did Perry Caravello Live Perry Talk. Well, how about if I mix the two together? I'll put the chocolate and the peanut butter together. Little Cyke. This is a little different, though. We also talked about steel toe and all. So it's a kind of a mix of all these things. Here's a bonus Cyke Lab piece right here, inspired by Perry.
No, don't make a face like that because you're off fucking. Cyke's my friend.
My name is Perry Frank Caravello.
So, yes, this is the tool man, Aaron Imholt, as Perry Caravello. Let's see how this plays out.
I have a statement for $5. Thanks for the $5, but this statement is probably wrong and not allowed in my home. Okay, I'm going to read this statement and then I'm going to tell you my remarks. It says, I avoid snow. I love the snow. I tolerate humility well. I have problems with being I have humongous problems with humidity due to 3 neck surgeries. And then it says I love Dave's hot chicken with all my heart and belly.
Love it.
No, I can't stand Dave's hot chicken because Dave's hot chicken fucks with my esophagus. Now it also says Tony Hawk is always allowed. Well, if Tony Hawk would come over, he's always allowed. This fake punk kid that calls himself Tony Hawk is no longer allowed here. No fucking way possible. He's not the real Tony Hawk. He's not allowed here again. I am done with it bullshit.
Aaron Caravello.
Done.
Perry, are you done?
So there's a little scary bonus feature of Cyke Labs. Mixing crossing streams, Cyke Labs, Aaron Imholt, and Perry Caravello. Who knew? Who knew? The twisted mind of Cyke Labs. You knew to do that. Articulate John has checked in during that segment and said he looks like Edward James almost. He did at the beginning before he shaved the mustache off, Articulate John. How you doing today, my friend? Cyke Clyde checks in and says, hello, MSIP. You should watch Perry. I only can catch like 4 to 6 hours, then watch the last half the next day. It is hard to catch all in one streak. But the chat makes it awesome. That's right. Because we don't care if Perry sees the jokes or not, Scott. We're in there constantly, like just peppering jokes and coming up with concepts and ideas. It's funny.
Yeah, it's like a shitload of comedy writers, man. Everybody's funny. And these
You're not wrong about that. Everybody that shows up there and is putting out zingers, and a lot of these media shares that you see in the upper right-hand corner are a lot of these talented kind of chatters, basically. They kind of chat on a whole nother level, Scott. You're not wrong about that.
And they all get it. They all get it. Some people don't get it.
And that's the whole thing. And yeah, it takes you a while to kind of jump in on kind of what is the thing here? Why are we listening to this guy chat? What is so charming about it? And like Cyke said earlier, this is a big part for me. This is at least 50% of it. The chat makes it awesome. Right. Us getting in there and getting off on the stuff that's going on there and coming up with our own ideas and bits, Scott.
It used to when I first started watching his show, the chat would go by too fast for me. I couldn't really keep up, so I just quit looking at it. But then after you do this for a while, you start keeping up a little more and see the names. You want to see the certain key names. You know, it's going to have a zinger every time you read them.
If you see their name, like, I'm going to stop on that name because they're going to deliver a good one. Last night, I was trying to start the thing that now he hates smoking so much. I tried to convince him that Perry Caravello Live's China feed was sponsored by PCL cigarettes. I want to get him the notion. I want him to think that his show is being sponsored by PCL cigarettes, that China not only stole his show, but they went ahead and put his name and likeness on cigarettes, and now they're going to sell cigarettes with his name on them. He would lose his shit. MSIP says, how was Perry discovered? Or is this something that has been going on for a while? Well, Mike Shitty, Internet Provider, I've known him for a couple of years now through like internet clips called Cart Narcs, where they would used to badger him to kind of put his cart back and all that stuff. And I heard his name being ballied around. I saw it once or twice. And then when he kind of was introduced to this kind of whole Bob Levy verse, or the whatever we're going to call him, the Dabble verse or whatever, everybody really got interested in him. I know a lot of people would recommend for you, right here on YouTube, go out and look for Windy City Heat. So he started out being kind of associated with Jimmy Kimmel, and they do kind of this kind of farcical movie, lest anyone think it's real. Go check out Windy City Heat, and that kind of set you up and give you kind of the idea of what Perry's all about. Brutal Pain says, I got a song played twice because he wouldn't shut up, LOL. Matt says Perry is a pure rocker through and through and a throwback to the old school rockers. He was on a movie called Windy City Heat, MSIP. Cyke's getting briefing him up on it. Watch it. Articulate John says, watch a little movie called Windy City Heat. You're getting the recommendations from the chat family. And he says he will. It's free right here on YouTube. That was the first thing I noticed too, all of the pictures. All the jerk hole material on the walls of the bathroom, right, Scott?
Yeah, it was for a man of his age. Looked like a college person, guys.
Well, Cyke Clyde's, he's going high school with you. He says he's like a high school boy.
Yep.
Is this the penguin? Not anymore. Someone super chatted that last night, Articulate John, what he said. And we'll go back to that comment about the movie Windy City or something like that. Maybe I missed the timing on that one. The koala bears have cameras in them. Shh, Matt, don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. Gimme Bezos is letting us know that John Amos, the father from Good Times, has passed away. Oh my goodness. And what's it, McDowell's? He was the father in Coming to America. So, wow, the celebrity deaths keep coming, Scott.
Yeah.
Gimme Bezos says death is putting in some overtime this week. Yes, if I was a celebrity and I had a famous name, I'd be looking over my shoulder like, hey, motherfucker, don't come for me. Grim Reaper's on your ass. Damn, really? Says, Stamos? Not Stamos. Amos, not Stamos. Damn, John Amos is a legend. He will be missed as MSIP. Not Stamos. No, Black Boy John Amos. Haha, gimme. I got it now. See, you got to clear it up. Brutal Pain says, I think it would be a good video to put Tom's face and voice on Perry and have Perry's voice on Tom. Holy shit, bro. Cyke, you know what to do. You know what to do, Cyke. I gave Cyke a pretty cool recommendation. I think he'll probably be doing something within the next couple of days. But the man is on vacation after all. So I'll wait till you get back from vacation to see if some of these things happen, like the one that I recommended to you, Bob doing a certain someone's show. And now Brutal Pain has an awesome kind of combination. I think it would be a good video to put Tom B's face and voice on Perry and have Perry's voice on Tom narrating. Scott, we need to see this, buddy.
Yeah, that seems. It's so obvious, and no one's thought of it yet. That's the first time I heard it.
You're right. So obvious. Kind of almost like the one that I recommended to him. Clyde sees you and he says,
"Challenge accepted."
Oh, you heard it. Challenge accepted, BP. Hell yeah, Cyke from BP. He's already looking forward to it. Mufasa, yes. No. That was James Earl Jones. No. Wait a minute. John Amos was the father of the McDowells. He was the girl's father. He wasn't the James Earl. He was the other black guy. The other large, kind of deep voiced black guy. The father. He was the one that with McDowell's. He wasn't McDonald's, Scott. He was McDowell's, and he had the copy and everything that McDonald's did, but he called it McDowell's, right? Yeah. Funny bit from Coming to America. Right. So John Amos, the girl's father. Yes.
I wonder if I've got a question for Cyke maybe, but I wonder, have you ever wondered if maybe like he can get a sex scene and put the faces of whoever he wants on there, like you can watch Bob and John have sex? Or
I'm gonna say that if the faces are in the camera, I'm gonna say that Cyke Labs can pretty much do anything. Now, what we got to show privately on a YouTube show might be two different things there, but he might be able to make some fun stuff for us for private. I don't know. We're giving him all kind of ideas. We're gonna work this man his ass off. They have apps for that, Scott. Oh, all right. They have apps for that. BP is letting you know. You don't need to do faces. You can. All right. All right, we did Perry talk. Oh, we do that. Black tracks. What do we do? Let's get into
watch Shirley and John Thug.
oh yeah. John and anybody would be funny. That's cool. That's cool. All right. Let's see what I got plenty of ways I could get into next. What did I want to do next here on BF Live for the next 10 minutes? I got 10 minutes to fill, y'all.
Maybe an anal scene of Kate Meany.
Was that buddy?
Maybe an anal scene of Kate Meany and Med Shark or something.
All the requests are coming through. Perry and Randy. Would you like to see that one, Perry? Whoop.
Shut the fuck up.
All right. Cyke says, he says, I could do that because I tweaked my app to allow it, which technically is not allowed. Not allowed. Cyke says, but it used to blur Perry out shirtless, so I had to soft hack the app to allow it. Cyke is learning new tricks, and I have a feeling that whether it be private or public, we're going to be seeing something like that coming from Cyke Labs real soon, buddy. All right. I think I got a couple pieces of internet shite. Let me see my internet shite thing. I got a couple ways I could go. And then you submitted some stuff too. Did some celebrity deaths, like package, internet shite. What I got? Why don't we do some internet shite? Because I got a backlog of internet shite. So why don't unless you got a better idea, Scott? Did you have a suggestion?
No, I just seen you. I was getting ready to just fill time for you.
Okay, thank you. Get ready to see me struggling. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you picking up on the rhythm. But just in time, I found it. Let me find my element, and let's go do some internet shite, because when I'm preparing this show, I see all kind of random articles, pictures, and other cool kind of shit. And when I have enough of it, which I got a pile of it right now, I like to present it to you in a segment I call BF's Internet Shite. Hell yeah. Excited. We're pumped. Are you pumped? Does that need to get you pumped up? We got less than 10 minutes to go, but I got to fill my whole 3 hours. I got to keep it whole right here on BF Live. So let's do some of this now. Well, I thought this was kind of a cool thing to do. Everybody with the ride sharing, Uber and stuff like that, you never know who's going to get in your car. And there's no better example than this one. But this is a cool example of a fun exchange in a Uber. It's performing a private concert in a Uber. Check this out.
In Ubers, are you down to do it today? You're down?
Let's go.
I never told you I was deathly afraid I'd never hold you. Got to put on my skates, I'm just a floater. Why'd you push me away?
In-car concert. Random Uber concerts. I like the idea.
We do a series where we perform.
I like that. I thought that was kind of cool and different, Scott.
Beach Cash Cab.
Ooh, Cash Cab.
Yeah.
Good pool, buddy. We used to love Cash Cab when my kids were younger and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love that. And the randomness. And then we started figuring it out, Scott. You're like, because you started reading the fine print, it's like, okay, they kind of get them to sign the waiver and then they plant them on the corner and then the cab rolls up on them. So once you start figuring some of that out, but they still had some interesting interactions in that cab, didn't they, buddy?
Yeah, plus I like to learn something with the trivia questions or whatever.
You would learn some stuff, and then you would learn who the dumbest person was on the ride or something, or you would watch, you would think that they'd be getting them right all along, and then all of a sudden the dumb person would answer the one question. You'd be like, oh, don't do that shit. Oh, wait a minute. Cash Cab taking shrapnel. No hate, all love. Brutal Pain he loves the music. Donks is getting the shout out love. Let me show you what I got here. I'm sorry that Bobby Nick isn't here, but I want to share. Wait a minute. I don't know if this is inside his place or not. I wanted to ask him, Scott, but check this out.
2 years of a solitary smoker's life. You have to admit, despite the chaos, in these 2 years, the person living in this single apartment hasn't been bothered by mosquitoes or rats.
Mosquitoes or rats? No wonder they couldn't get in there. You see this, Scott?
Yeah.
Finally, all the cigarette butts and boxes have been cleared out.
Nicotine,
The
buddy.
entire apartment, from the ceiling to the floor, has turned a smoky yellow from cigarettes. It needs a thorough cleaning from top to bottom.
We're going to ask Bobby Nick about this.
The entire cleaning process took 3 hours, finally restoring the apartment to its original color.
Whoa!
This is the
Holy
outcome.
moly! Scott, they said this was 2 years worth of a solitary smoker in a. It looked like it's Mexico or whatever. This is what happens with his apartment looked like, brother. That was crazy.
Why did people do that?
That was nuts. That was crazy. Go nuts. All right, let's see.
I smoke inside, and I have took a rag and go down my wall. You know, the wall will look kind of fine, you think, but then you take a swipe down it, and that stuff that comes off, the nicotine that comes off, is unbelievable.
I've helped move some older people out of their houses, Scott, and you take that picture off the wall, bro, and you can't believe that you can still see the square, and you see that the color has no brown in it at all. It's crazy, man. F that toilet in the ground. Even rats have limits. They won't go into around those cigarette butts and everything. All right. I got another thing for you. We always love, I think guys, I'm going to say gals probably like it too. Everybody likes seeing shit get crushed under a hydraulic press. So let's see what I got. Hydraulic press, Scott. This is a stack of money. This is a stack of real money taking on a hydraulic press.
Seems pretty hard.
Bro, I didn't expect it to explode. I did not expect explosion.
Seems pretty hard.
Money just burst, bro. I guess it just ripped or something.
Seems pretty hard.
That's what she said. There you go. There's another piece of internet shite. Right there on BF Live. All right. Why is that screen stuck in that same spot?
I think it's whenever the paper finally, the money finally gives, that metal hits the other metals, that pop noise, I think.
Yeah, that was pretty something. Look, Brutal Pain says it all ripped at once. Yeah, bro. That was under pressure. Do. All right. Well, I think we got some adventurous people in the chat, I think, and try different stuff. I want to know, Scott, if you would try this, or anybody in the chat would try this next piece of internet shite I have. This is called the Sky Bridge Challenge. Nope. Look, Scott's like, he didn't even wait for me to run the thing. Is that legal? Isn't messing with money a federal offense?
I'm going to jail.
It was
Only
Canadian
if you
money.
caught.
It's worthless.
Ah, it could have been Canadian money. But Scott makes a good point. But Scott didn't even let me roll this video, and he's already out. Let me know if you would do this, folks.
This theme park will pay you $1,000 if you can make it across this sky bridge without falling. What makes this so hard is that it's located 500 feet in the air on top of a windy mountain, so that phone is gone forever. But the craziest part about this place is the people who try to make it across, because there's not a single sane person in this entire video. This theme park will pay you $1,000 if you can make it across this sky bridge without falling. What makes this so hard is that it's located 500 feet in the air on top of a windy mountain, so that phone is gone forever. But the craziest part about this place is the people who try to make it across, because there's not a single sane person in this entire video. This theme park will pay you
There you go. So I don't know. Try it at your own risk. Brutal Pain says, I can't wait to see the Wild Western, random thoughts, LOL. Yeah, I know. My friend Brutal Pain in the chat family right here, along with Chris Abels and some other really cool people, are going to be in part of the Perry Caravello Wild Western movie. We can't wait till after the first of the year where that premieres too, buddy, to see all of our friends in it. That's going to be the next thing we're going to be talking about. Me too, BP says, Cyke Clyde. All right, so I don't know if any of you are going to try that, but let me try. Oh, I want to show you this one. This guy, and Scott, this guy sounds like somebody, and I want you, let's watch the whole video, and when it's over, let me know if you think he sounds like somebody. But this guy he has a solar death ray, and what this is this basically, it's a magnifying glass on steroids, bro. Remember when we were younger and you take a magnifying glass and you would burn a bug, or you burn a blade of grass, or burn your friend's hand that wasn't looking right?
Yeah.
Ever do that?
Yeah, sneak up on your brother's neck or something.
Yeah, and just stand there with him and act like you're talking to him and hanging out, and all of a sudden they go, what the fuck was that, right? Exactly. Well, this is like that on turbo. This is so intense, Scott, that this dude is going to cook a steak using his solar death ray. And listen to his voice, and let me know at the end if you think he sounds like somebody. Oh, it would help if I unmuted it. And he talking. He talks in every one of them. Fuck. Look at him, Scott. That's a magnifying glass he's cooking with. He puts this death ray on all kind of shit. This is his YouTube page. This is what he does. Using the solar death ray, he puts all kind of shit under this and burns it. And see how it holds up. My dude is cooking a steak. Oh, putting on low. Let's see. Cooking with the heat of solar heat.
And it cooked it all the way through.
Oh, let's see if the dog likes it. Yeah, good catch, doggy. I'm gonna see if I can find another example of this
Silent
guy's
Bob?
voice. Oh, here we go. Let me see. So I can find another. This guy has a unique voice. Let me see. Damn it.
I wanted to give my aunts this wiener, but to guard against wiener thieves, I left the wiener in a cage and then placed the cage next to an ant hole. Motivated by a strong hunger for wieners, the ants swarmed all over the wiener. This quickly became a wiener feeding frenzy. This glizzard was eating ants outside the cage, but could not get to the ants who were working the wiener inside the cage. The ants were digging tunnels through the wiener. And then this little wiener robber showed up, and the cage acted like a wiener blocker against this little tweaker. But he'll come back later. You just have to check that out. A few days later, I dumped what was left of the wiener on the ground. This thing was like a Slim Jim with leprosy. Even the chief wiener thief, better known as the Schlongmeister, shied away from this thing. The wiener had become a shrunken shell of its former self, but that didn't stop this little wiener robber from running off with this gnarly wiener.
All right, buddy.
Dude,
well, I see that it's 2 minutes after 3 o'clock. So I got I got some other stuff to get to. What do you got there, Scott?
The voice.
Yes.
JD from Howard Stern. I don't know.
That's going. I was going for Butthead. He was like, "Look at this wiener. This guy's a wiener. Look at this. They're all. Oh, look, Brutal Pain got it. BP got it. There you go."
Yeah.
And I didn't give you the best Butthead example. He has something that he sounds like even more like Butthead in, but he's like, "Yeah, these ants ate this wiener." Yeah. That's pretty cool. All right, Scott, I do got some stuff to get onto, buddy. I'm heading to the Orioles playoff game, the first wild card game. So we'll be talking about that maybe this weekend with our boy Andrew. But you got a couple of plugs you want to throw in before we get out of here?
Yeah, cool. See, tonight, it's Tuesday, right?
Yep.
No filter with No Filter Andrew and friends will be on at 7:00 Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
And probably on his channel, on my channel, and Bobby Nick's channel also.
Yep.
Jason Barto X channel. I keep meaning to get over there, but I don't know what shows he's got going on. It seems like he changed names or something, but every night it seems he has but anytime you go, you just check his channel out. It's a good channel.
Okay.
And Sports Heads is back on Sundays. I'm not sure if there's a designated time on that yet, but here on BF's channel and Andrew's Sports Heads.
Sports Heads. That's it.
That's all for me.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you very much, Scott Fitzpatrick. Thank you for being here, bro, to bounce some stuff off of and help me with my bit of my hoarse voice day to give me some time to talk or rest it up. I always appreciate you being here, hanging out, and your fun and your observation and your participation, my brother. Thank you very much.
Right on, man. Thanks for having me.
So check out Scott and everything he does. He hangs out with the No Filter crew Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. He has them walking videos on the Scott Fitzpatrick channel. His link is running in my chat. Thanks for always being a great bro. Thanks everybody for tolerating me for my voice and my little frogginess. I pushed through it. We persevered. I'm going to go out to this game, and I'm not going to cheer loud anymore because I'm a professional over here. I can't be straining my voice yelling at professional events like this anymore. So thank you all, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you, Cyke, Terry Nee, Brutal Pain, Stream Elements Bot. Thank you, everybody that's been here. Nerd, all the chat family. I love and appreciate you all so much. But, and there's a last fart to go with. So we're about to pull this train into the station. I can't end a show any better than that. I can't top that, Scott. So for Scott Fitzpatrick, for his gassy ass, for Bobby Nick Havens, for Stormy, Andrew, and the chat family, peace and love, and we will see you the next time we see you right here on BF Live. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, y'all, and we'll see you tomorrow for more fun right here on BF Live at 12 noon East. See ya. Bye-bye.